The Rewatchables, brought to you by the Ringer Podcast Network, where you can find The Watch with Chris Ryan.
Still
Great
cranking
to
it
have
out.
you back.
Yeah.
Van Lathan. You're on 3 podcasts now.
Yeah.
College Football Tailgate. We call it the Ringer Tailgate. It's College Football Podcast.
Yep.
Coming live on Saturdays.
Yeah.
Wednesdays as well, plus student higher learning, plus
Midnight
pew,
Blue. Pew pew. There you go.
yeah.
Finally on board.
I'm Bill Simmons. This is the 400th movie we've done on the Rewatchables.
Wow.
I was looking back at all the people. So Fantasy's in Telerad, so he couldn't be here. But Fantasy was a huge part of this podcast, really, since we launched it in 2017. We'll tell the story in a second. Shea Serrano, Jason Concepcion.
Yeah.
Really big parts of the first half of the feed. Kyle Brandt, huge part of the last 5 years. We've had Mallory and Dobbins and Wesley, Koppelman, Rosillo, Juliet. All of them popped out many times.
Tarantino twice.
3 times.
I was getting to that.
Oh, sorry.
3 times.
We've had some extended cameos from Joanna Robinson,
Yeah.
Big Waz, Greenwald, Rembert, Chang, Mina Kimes, Logan Murdoch, Cousin Sal, Chuck Klosterman, the Dannies with Craig a couple times. We had Quentin Tarantino, Michael Mann, Bill Hader, Aaron Sorkin, Judd Apatow, Bill Lawrence, Jimmy Kimmel, all making memorable stop-bys. Jennifer Lawrence has stopped by, not as memorable. She didn't understand the categories. My wife was on an episode.
Oh, that's right.
My dad was on an episode with me and CR for
Yeah.
my 50th birthday. We did Shawshank Redemption. That was great. Craig's wife was on an episode. When she was my assistant, she requested Country Strong, Polarizing.
Country Strong.
Polarizing
Wow.
episode. We were originally produced by...
Craig's wife. Liz Kelly, yeah.
Yeah, Liz Kelly.
Yeah.
I'm just saying Craig's wife.
Oh, yeah,
He said his wife.
For the commoners.
That's true.
Yeah.
Zach Mack, original producer. Nephew Kyle did a few. Jason Gallagher was involved a little bit.
Are you retiring? What are we doing?
Ronak. I'm just doing the list.
Okay.
Richie. Who else was producing in the background, Craig? That's basically it. Dylan, maybe a couple times.
Yeah, Dylan Berkey.
Now we have Gahau.
No,
We producer Craig, who's been with us, I would say 80% of the pods, Chris.
Yeah.
Right?
2019, I think.
Started as a podcast intern. You could just see the hunger in his eyes, man. That was it. He's been with us ever since. He's hosted a couple. He's on one that he might be on 401 or 402. Van Lathan, do you remember your first Rewatchables?
I do not. I'm not even going to try to act like a lot. It was Boys in the Hood? No.
No.
I do not. 8mm.
No.
No, that couldn't have been the
But
first
that
time.
was the one when I was like, this guy's a regular. First of all, you requested 8mm.
Yeah.
You spoke my language.
Yeah.
No, your first one was higher learning.
Oh, yeah. That's,
that's
a memory.
good.
Yeah, that's a memory.
That's a nice
That's a
tie-in.
memory.
And then CR, the legend. So this started in my my little pool house, my old house.
Yeah.
20th anniversary Heat. And we said,
Let's just do a Bill
let's do
pod.
an entire podcast about Heat on my podcast. We did, I think, in December, around Christmas time. You came in.
Backdoor
And-
pilot.
We just talked about Heat for an hour.
Yeah.
And we had no idea if anyone would want to listen to it or care.
It was the Wild West back then.
Put it on my feed. And the general response was like, that was fucking cool. Wow, I loved Heat too. So we were like, huh. And then tried to figure out the Rewatchables. It got a little rocky for the first year, trying all kinds of different things. And then I remember the July 4th, 2018 area, we taped Jaws, me, you, and Fantasy.
Mhm.
And we had the pod for almost a year at that point. We tried a bunch of different things, but we kind of knew what it was at that point. And that was the first one where I was like, oh, this pod's gonna go a while. Like
Yeah.
we've kind of cracked the code on this. You remember that?
I do, and I also remember like feeling like that was the first one. Was that the first super long episode that we did?
Yeah,
Where
we
were
had
like,
more category. We just
Yeah.
kind of were like, this is what the pod should be.
Yeah.
And been doing it ever since. Made some hairy times during COVID.
Sure.
We were doing stuff on Zoom. We're doing 2 a week. I did Castaway by myself.
That's right. We were doing 2 a week.
You did Castaway by
I did
yourself?
Castaway by myself. By the way, solid pod. One of my best performances. Really,
You did an
really
awesome
good.
job.
But CR, great to have you back.
Thanks,
and
man.
obviously, this wouldn't have happened if we weren't in the guest house that day. So
Yeah,
400th movie. Anyway, I gave you the call. I said, you picked the movie.
I know, and it's
and
weird.
CR said, my man.
My man.
There's a couple of white whales out there, but I was really eyeballing American Gangster because it's been on Netflix a lot recently, or it's on Netflix, and this has just been you know what? It gets suggested in my YouTube algorithm a lot, scenes from this movie.
Yeah.
And I saw there's a couple scenes that have like 5 million views. And I was like, I think there's like a groundswell behind American Gangster right now.
I flew to Boston a couple weeks ago and it was on AMC. Can't say it was the best American Gangster experience to be on AMC, but it's been, I've been circling it for a while. I saw it in the theater. I remember being exhilarated and disappointed. And then over the years, it's kind of grown. But on the AMC, and then I finally texted him. I was like, I'm watching American Gangster on AMC, and CR was like,
I immediately grew a Josh Brolin mustache.
So anyway, American Gangster, our 400th movie, is next. We're going to take a break. American Gangster, 2007. I wrote down, this is like if CR typed into ChatGPT, make me a movie combining French Connection, Scarface, Goodfellas, Heat, Serpico, Black Caesar, and Godfather 2. And ChatGPT was like,
Yeah.
here it is. Oh, put Denzel Washington in it.
Can I interest you in a quick scene in Bangkok?
6 minutes out of nowhere. Why do you love this movie?
It's kind of what you just said, which is that it's a collection of some of my favorite like genres, my favorite parts of American history, my favorite parts of like criminal underground history in a sort of environment that honestly, like I never, ever, ever get bored of 1970s New York. It is like the never ending maze that I could just live in and explore for the rest of my cinematic life and reading about it life. And it somehow Ridley Scott like brings it to life in a way that I think is reminiscent of some of the Sidney Lumet stuff from the 70s for sure. But it looks different, it feels different, and you know, he's got these hitters in it. This is one of the best casts assembled in the century. Whether or not they live up, the movie itself lives up to like all the talent that's assembled is another conversation. But like I was going through looking for Dion, looking for that guy, and I was like, where do you stop?
It was a long Dion list.
This is like a 26
The Dion
man
list
roster.
was like a basketball team.
Yeah.
It was like, we had like a bench.
That guy list.
Yeah.
Like I just started grouping them together.
Yeah.
Like in the whole squad could be of that guy. You know what I remember about the movie? The lore leading up to it. The rumors of the production, Denzel getting paid, the movie's going, then the movie's not going. Fook was on the movie. Then Scott comes on the movie and changes the movie. And so then the version of the film that we get is kind of this mishmash of all of these visions. Then the cultural push behind it. Jay-Z, the theme album, this is Denzel's first $20 million paycheck. All of the whispers. So by the time you got to see the film, you were actually, if you were like a cinephile, trying to see how this entire thing was going to come together after years of it being kicked around and stuff.
It was very similar to Heat in the 90s. You knew about the movie for a while. It was two people I wanted to see in a movie again because they were in Virtuosity. It was Ridley Scott. It just felt like a big movie. It was like, I can't wait to go see this in the theater.
You're saying that people saw Virtuosity and they were like, let's run it back and do it again?
No, I'm just saying, but they did Virtuosity. Denzel was a big star. Crowe was not.
Yeah.
But in 07, Crowe was a massive star, and it felt a little Pacino De Niro-y.
Well, there was an experience I had with this movie that is not dissimilar to what I had with Miami Vice, which is you hear about that this is going to happen. You find out who's going to be in it and who's making it. And you're like, I'm going to wake up soon and find out that I dreamed this. This can't be happening. Like a Harlem gangster story with Denzel Washington and Russell Crowe's the cop chasing him. Same kind of thing with like Colin Farrell and Jamie Foxx playing Crockett and Tubbs, and it's Michael Mann going back to it. Then I think the initial reaction to it, probably Miami Vice because of how beautifully strange it is, and American Gangster, where there's just like, you're watching it and you're like, I want this to be Godfather, but it is a different kind of movie, and it's got a different kind of message and idea, and it's different kind of like.
Were you disappointed when you left the theater?
I think so. I think a little bit.
I was disappointed. It didn't take me till this decade to really grow into this movie. I remember Miami Vice. We said it was like 7-8 years before we were like, wait, is this movie good?
Yeah.
This movie was always pretty good, but I look at it now. It's just like a collection of scenes.
Yeah.
It's like almost like watching those SNL Best of Will Ferrell, and it's just like a bunch of awesome Will. Now you look at it, you could just jump in anywhere. It doesn't. The script's all over the place. Like it's just a fun hang.
The movie is insanely dense, like insanely dense. Everything is happening in every single scene, right? You look at the film now, and you still see a better movie in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, I think that people seem to think the director's cut, which was like 30 minutes longer, filled in some of the blanks. But I'm not positive this movie needed to be longer, Van.
I don't think that it needs to be longer. When I say when I say it's a better movie, I'm talking about some really big choices. Like it almost feels like if the movie focused more on Roberts or more on Lucas, that the film would have been better.
What would you have? What would have been your choice?
Probably
this is an interesting topic. I was going to do this later.
Probably more Frank Lucas, a little less of Richie Roberts.
Yeah.
But I think that's the issue with the movie is Crowe is such a big star. They had to almost put more, and they're making up all kinds of shit about that character too. But it really should have been a Frank Lucas movie.
And it kind of, to me, I always thought, because Brolin is at the perfect point in his career, where if the Roberts role was smaller, that he could have played it, right? Because he was, with Josh Brolin, he's an entity that we've known for a very long time, but he wasn't.
He was in the wilderness before this movie.
Right. This is No Country.
Yeah. So like that's a situation too. If that role were a little bit smaller, you could have put him in that role, and maybe the movie, it streamlines a little bit.
But don't you think the thing I love about this movie, but it's also frustrating, is Trupo and his whole crew just could have been the movie.
Sure.
And then you have Frank Lucas and his whole thing. That could have been the movie.
Dude, Frank Lucas getting the drugs out of Vietnam.
Yeah, that could have been the entire movie.
That could have been the whole movie. Roderick Winifred Smith and Denzel Washington getting drugs out of from coffins.
But this goes, Van used the word dense. I think this is why this movie was such a slow burn and why I like it so much now. There's 5 fucking movies in here. And when you saw it the first time, you're just like, it's like being overfed at Thanksgiving or something. But now there's so many different beats and the way it moves, and it's just like such a fun hang. And then, one of the reasons we're doing this is Denzel, who's in the spotlight again. I think he's going to get nominated for the Spike movie, but he's been bringing it now for 4 decades.
Yeah. Would probably not be a good Rewatchables guest because apparently he doesn't like watching movies.
No, he doesn't want to talk about the past. But in this one, I was thinking like the Denzel dialing it up scale. Training Days at 10.
Yeah.
Where he's like, I am dialed up. I'm going all out. Like Game 7, NBA star. Philadelphia's maybe an 8, where he brings it up. Highest to lowest, maybe a 7. He's like a 6 in this movie. And there's just a couple scenes, like the piano scene, where he just fucking brings it. But other than that, he's playing this pretty cool for the most part.
It's pretty ice in his veins. I mean, the tango scene, you know what I mean? Like the entire point of the characterization of Frank is that like he's not going to get flustered, he's not going to get distracted. It's only when he wears the chinchilla that anything starts going wrong for him, and the whole time he's got a code
for all of us.
for all of us, yeah.
Yet at the same time, he is always one step away from violence. Like one step away. One of my favorite scenes is towards the end when he's being interrogated by Richie Roberts, or actually he's more interrogating Richie Roberts. And he's recounting the thought of this encounter with the police that he's had, and he's just getting madder and madder and madder until he snaps. That happens so many times in this movie. To wear the chinchilla or the fur or whatever it is, and then to have it go bad, and then to come back after your wedding and burn it in front of your wife while she cries is all-time psychotic. You know what I mean? So he's
like my wedding night went better.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
I wasn't arrested by the police. I didn't burn my chinchilla. It's pretty average night.
Detective Trupo didn't pull you guys over.
Trupo was I love that character.
You bring up a really good point, though, because the film concludes with the most revealing traditional character moment with Frank. That's where he tells his life story. That's where he gives his biographical background and talks about why I am the way I am. What we usually see is all my life I've wanted to be a gangster, and then it's Henry Hill's childhood.
Yeah.
Michael Corleone is going to become a senator or a congressman, but then his father gets a hit on him, and it changes who he is, and he becomes the Godfather. Frank is Frank when we first see him. The first image of Frank is shooting a Burning Man. Then it's bumpy for like 5 minutes, and Frank just becomes this great white shark out there immediately. And I think for some people watching this film, it's a little disorienting because you're used to take me on the arc of this character. How does this guy get to the point where he's shooting Idris Elba in the head on the street and not caring about the consequences? And we only really get that at the end. And at the end, it's almost like 2 minutes of Frank Lucas is the good guy.
Right. Well, and that's another thing that was always odd to me about the movie.
The abrupt ending?
Well,
the idea that Frank is like, I'm a cop now.
The idea that like,
Let's get some coffee.
So the movie has to reconcile itself because they've made Frank into this immensely likable character. And then you have to watch him fall. Now, normally what happens in these films is when the drug dealer falls, besides Blow, which is tragic by the time George, like legitimately tragic, right?
Yeah.
But normally the drug dealer, it's a fictional characterization. The drug dealer dies and, oh my God, the excess got to him. In this one, we know that doesn't happen. So how do we feel good about Frank going to jail? And the way that they do that is, he put a lot of bad cops away.
Yeah.
And this kind of allowed him to get all of the trauma that he had from the police blowing off his cousin's head out because he put cops away. But like, I remember when the movie came out, we left the movie, and culturally we thinking, so like Frank Lucas is a snitch?
Right.
He's working with the police.
Well, they flip it so that the cops are the true bad guys, right? That's the thread of the whole movie is cops just steal drugs and do
and
money.
That's the thing. I don't think they quite get there.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And I don't think that they quite get there. That's why you'd have had to have more Frank to do that. Because you have
more Trupo.
Right.
Yes. Trupo is kind of limited to, we don't really know why Trupo is doing what he's doing. I mean, he just seems like a fucking asshole and is just like, nobody's allowed to come into New York without paying my taxes. But we don't get a ton of time with him ultimately for a movie that's 2.5 hours.
Could have had more time.
Yeah.
Josh Brolin was a borderline, did I steal the entire movie kind of candidate. When you think he did this in No Country in the same year.
Yeah, it's incredible.
And was just this child actor who had bounced around forever. And then all of a sudden he's doing these two movies. He's doing W. He's hosting SNL. He's married to Diane Lane.
How does that happen? I always think about that. So before this, the last thing I can remember really seeing Josh Brolin in was like Hollow Man. Remember that joint?
Mm-hmm.
Where like they were invisible and Kevin Bacon's dick is in the movie for some reason.
And he wanted to show it off.
He does it.
He fluffed himself a little bit. He fluffs himself and then bangs it out. Self-fluffing. Like that guy in Saltburn. That guy was tugging it for his thing. Hold on.
Oh, is it my shot
Don't
now?
say action yet. Hold on.
All right.
Just got to play with myself
and then
a second.
all of a sudden, we are in the era of Josh Brolin. Like, and it's
a fun era.
One after another, one after another.
You know what? He like gets to that point, and I have a lot of Brolin stuff later, but like, it's that funny thing of success truly coming later in life. And you're like, I'm not letting this opportunity pass me by. Because Brolin works and does 2 or 3 movies a year at a time when most guys are like, cool, I'm in my 40s now. Like I can dial it down a little bit and do maybe one big one and one,
I always liked him though. I'll tell you when he went on my radar as a real guy. Into the Blue. A ripoff of The Deep.
Yeah.
With Paul Walker and Jessica Alba.
Wait a minute.
That was her Pedro 1999 season.
This was a very important moment for me, Into the Blue. Yeah.
Like in
Into
terms
the
of
Blue.
Like formatively.
No,
yeah, man.
In your 20s at that point.
No. I'm still forming. And the beginning scenes of Into the Blue.
Yeah.
I remember we went to see this in theaters. I was like, well, the beginning scenes
is
of Into
the Royal
the Blue.
We or who's we?
This movie knew what it was.
Yeah.
2 very attractive people are going to scuba dive and then get in trouble.
Really, I cannot even remember really what the movie is, but they find like a treasure or something like that.
Josh Brolin's the bad guy.
He's the bad guy in it.
And he's a really good bad guy in that.
But that film was interesting because everything happens at the beginning, and Jessica Alba. These scenes had linked on the internet, but they leaked on the internet. Jessica Alba's like in the bathing suit, and the whole nine is happening, and then we just keep waiting for that scene to like happen again.
Yeah.
We keep waiting for us to go underwater with Jessica Alba again.
Right.
And then it kind of doesn't happen.
That's
And-
what The Deep was like.
And the movie gets really serious
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
like real stuff. And I'm like, I kind of didn't come here for that, man.
I kind of wanted to see her look for fish.
Yeah. For the entire time.
That's The Deep with The Deep, by the way, a classic. Definitely watch this on Tubi movie.
Oh,
It starts
God.
out with Jacqueline Bisset in a white t-shirt, scuba diving with Nick Nolte for like 8 minutes, and then getting back on the boat, just white t-shirt, you can see through everything. And you're like, oh, this is gonna be a fun hang with a half day, and then all of a sudden, voodoo's involved, and Lou Gossett's like an evil Haitian guy,
Yeah.
and but yeah, they rope you in, and then they get into the pot. CR remembers.
No, I'm just imagining what's going to happen when you get your hands on like the AI tech that's like voice to video, where you're just like, I just want to see Jessica Alba scuba dive for like 20 more minutes, and they just make a video of that.
But it's true because really they
We're
stopped.
getting close.
This was one of the things when Craig's generation took over.
Yeah,
They stopped doing this. They stopped getting us to the movies
fucking Craig.
with fucking Craig's generation.
Oh,
at the
because
time.
his like the
'Cause
woke
of his-
mind virus
but yeah,
kept Jessica
woke
Alba
mind
out of
virus.
scuba gear. Yeah.
We stopped going to the movies. They would say, "Hey, we want you to know that there is a ridiculously good-looking person in this film, and you should come watch it. And then we're going to do a movie as well. Maybe
Into the
you'll
Blue
like it."
had Paul Walker for the ladies.
Can I refer you to the film that just won Best Picture?
What was
Honora.
that?
We're back. Honora.
Oh yeah.
Could be,
Could be back.
could be back.
My generation's bringing it back now.
Well, so Denzel in the rewatchable standings, Cruz has been 17 rewatchables. Pacino and De Niro were tied for second place at 13. And Denzel was at 12. He has now moved into second place.
Wow.
And we have
Several,
several Denzel movies left.
including some huge ones, right?
Some huge ones. Even like,
Come on, Deja Vu, Out of Time.
well,
This is my favorite era.
what's the one with Sana Lathan?
So now
Sana Lathan.
that's out of town.
I love that movie.
Yeah, that's out
But
of
we
time.
have to save that for Sleazy Florida Keys month.
Oh yeah.
We just have that, Wild Things, and I don't know what
What's
the other two
what's
are.
the Florida Keys with Gene Hackman and Melanie Griffith? Young Melanie
Night
Griffith.
Moves?
Night Moves.
Is Miami Blues in the Florida Keys? No, that's Miami.
That's a Miami.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll find
We'll
four.
allow it.
But Sleazy Florida Keys, not enough time. That and New Orleans, the two most underrated movie
Yeah.
locations.
Mhm.
Anyway, Denzel making it happen. And then Russell Crowe. Oh, I should mention one thing with Denzel. So remember the Titans is 2000. Training Day wins the Oscar. John Q, Antoine Fisher, At a Time, Man on Fire, my single favorite Denzel performance, as we've discussed. Manchurian Candidate, really interesting movie. It's aged.
Mhm.
Fantasy's a big Manchurian guy.
Of the Demi one?
Yeah. Inside Man. Deja Vu. American Gangster. That's an 8-year run. That's about as good as it gets.
It's
For
also like
rewatchables.
made for us.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's like
That's
a list of
5
films.
That's 10 movies in a row over the span of 8 years that you could just take on a desert island and be probably okay with.
You always wonder how someone's going to respond to the Best Actor, Best Actress Academy Award. Like now,
Yeah.
especially when somebody wins it like Denzel. When Denzel, who had been a Hollywood mainstay for all of this time, right? A bunch of movies. People loved him in these films. And then he makes it to the top of the mountain with the Best Actor. Now, Denzel solidified top 5, top 10 leading man, maybe of all time.
And that also, because he was a black actor, that also had like triple significance. 'Cause
Huge. So what
the
is he-
Oscars didn't even know black people existed until like 1970.
It was the 90s
was
were
tough.
bad for that. So so huge. And what does he do? Like, how does he round into being this gigantic magnetic star? And then he kind of gives you every different part of Denzel with all of these movies. But all of these movies have edge.
Mhm.
They're edgy performances, which when you look back at the 90s, it's not that Denzel wasn't in edgy movies. It was that he gave you a different side of himself than he did in the 2000s.
He also, I think, in the 2000s creates the idea of like a Denzel Washington movie rather
Yeah.
than being another
Fair enough,
people's
yeah.
the
movies.
season tickets thing.
Yeah.
I have a movie coming out and you will see it.
And I
'cause I'm
think
Denzel Washington.
guys like, I mean, the first person who jumps to mind who has obviously tried to like mimic that, although I do not think he's anywhere close to the same actor, is Wahlberg. Where,
Yeah.
you know, Wahlberg will make a family movie, an action movie, and a drama, and like has a lot. And he's making more and more action and thriller stuff now. But Denzel kind of like decides like, what I like doing is working with these guys. I like making these kinds of movies, and I'm going to make 2 of them a year or 1 of them a year and always have something going. And now, you know, more recently, yeah, Tragedy of Macbeth, you know, doing the August Wilson films, you know, like he's coming, he's trying different things, but for that 2000s run, he's kind of making Denzel Incorporated movies, you know?
Yeah. Well, he's also goes head to head with Hanks. Hanks is his big kind of rival in the 90s,
Sure.
right? But they're in a movie together that they elevate each other.
Well, Hanks is his rival in the 90s.
And Russell Crowe is his rival in the 2000s.
Hanks is his
Because
rival.
Cruise is kind of over here and like,
Yeah, but
you know what I mean?
I think, look, so American Gangster is like 98% sounds like pretty much made up, you know? Like,
I
so
was
they
going to get to
leave-
that. The based on a true story, which then you can just do anything you want.
Yeah.
I
Like,
really,
the guy's name was Frank Lucas. Now let's go nuts.
yeah, I really like Russell Crowe's performance in this movie, but there is like a question of whether or not like Russell Crowe is almost like too deferential and too like I'm gonna be down here so that Denzel can be up here in the course of this film. And what would have happened if Russell Crowe had kind of chewed more scenery and like made Richie like a larger than life character in that way?
Well, looking back on it when I watched it, it almost felt like he did it like as a favor. Like Russell Crowe, the character doesn't have any bite, like at all.
Well, Ridley Scott was this guy.
Yeah.
They had just done a good year
Yeah.
together. They had done Gladiator, obviously. And I think he just wanted to do another movie with him. They seemed like they beefed the part up a little bit for him.
Mm-hmm.
This was the Russell Crowe run. Speaking of runs, this goes back to 99. Mystery Alaska, which we have not done yet. Where do you stand on that movie?
I like that movie.
The Insider, Gladiator, Proof of Life. When are we doing the reproof?
I mean, when are we
Where
going
do
to
you
go?
stand on that?
Well, I remember this was very controversial. I enjoyed the movie, but I said that the movie was the film that like, no, what am I fucking doing? I don't like that shit. That shit. I
You don't like Proof of Life?
No. I don't like Proof
The
of
way how'd you start it? I like that movie.
Oh, he
but-
doesn't like the cuck part.
Yeah.
He doesn't like hostage cuck
Yeah,
movies.
I don't like. So I like Proof of Life as a movie.
Wait,
Proof
you
of Life is
don't?
okay. Wait a second. Listen, here's the deal. Proof of Life does not exist as a movie to me. It exists as the cucking of a man and the ruining of his. Like I can't separate the movie from the scandal. I can't. The movie itself is okay, but it ruined America's
Okay.
sweetheart, Meg Ryan.
You know what it is? Stuff of legends.
It ruined America's sweetheart, Meg Ryan.
It
It
did.
embarrassed Dennis Quaid. It was
She
like,
had to die for
Dennis
the movie.
Quaid did not ever get it back together after
No,
that.
he never did. The movie is just like it's a bunch of fucking mess.
Well, Sierra and I love it, and
Go
he
for
followed it up with A Beautiful Mind.
Yeah.
Then Master and Commander. I remember Concepcion was a big Master and
I
Commander
love
I'm
guy.
a big master.
Are
of
you?
that movie.
I think
yeah,
you did another
Jason
world.
is. I am.
Cinderella
many,
Man,
many,
which
many
was-
people are.
now that's an underrated movie to me.
Yeah,
you
I think there was just too many boxing movies in a row.
Man, that to me,
I gotta watch that one again.
that is an underrated movie. When people talk about sports movies and
Yeah.
particularly boxing movies, they don't mention it as much as they should. I love that movie.
Is that
a
Ron
good
Howard?
year.
It's
Ron Howard. A good year. 310 to Yuma, an American Gangster. That's all
310 to
9
Yuma is
years.
sick, by the way.
It's
Crowe
the
wins
best-
the 2000s, I think, of all actors.
That is the best movie out of all of those movies to me, besides The Insider.
Yeah.
Love
but when you say
that
he
fucking
won the
movie.
2000s, I think.
I mean,
He
especially
was in the most like high-end good movies.
2000 to 2010. Yes. Yeah.
Anyway, this was it. This was like kind of the last one. This is the next year
So
he's
when
in
you
that
watch
weird Leo
American
movie.
Gangster, are you like, I wish he hadn't taken a couple of miles per hour off the fastball? Do you wish like he was a little bit more?
I gotta say, I really like the Crow parts. I
Did-
just think it's a different movie.
Yeah.
We're kind of over here. The child custody stuff is just bad. They should have cut it.
None of that should not be in the
Although
film
I
at
do
all.
like fuck me like a cop.
You like that?
Don't fuck me like a lawyer.
That's the part of the movie that's overstuffed. We just don't need to know that about him.
Yeah.
No,
That's
and
not-
by the way, in
yeah.
real life, he didn't have a kid.
I know.
All right.
It's like, why is this in here? They were like, oh, we got to beef up this character. It's like, no, you actually don't.
I
We're
guess
good.
it's an attempt to give him an arc.
I mean,
Give
what's
him anything? Like,
I
there's
mean-
nothing, you don't know anything about him. other
But
than-
it's like interesting enough that he's like, I'm trying to go to night school and I don't like public speaking. Like those feel like real details. The kid stuff is just like,
It's
By the way-
it's the classic, like the cop has to be neglecting his family to do his work. And
but,
it's like,
but we do get Carla Gugino.
We do. But once again, like, not in the perfect way.
Yeah.
She just never landed the plane in any of these movies. And I just want to do her career over again. So
Well,
many at bats.
Sin City.
Oh, that is true.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. We already had the Crowe piece of this that made me understand him is that
He's
he gave
honest.
the money back.
He's
He's
honest,
honest.
yeah.
That's it. That's all we need.
Yeah.
Honest dude. He's not like these other cops. We're good.
Drilling in on him as a policeman, that would have been better than any of the family stuff. Or even what was really interesting to me was the pressure from his old friends trying to bring him into the criminal life.
Yeah.
All of that stuff.
Give me 2 more scenes with that.
Two
give me,
more
give me
scenes
him
with
being
that.
like people stink eyeing him again in the police station. Craig, Russell Crowe, Denzel. You grew up with these guys.
Mhm.
Denzel obviously bigger. But what's your Russell Crowe relationship?
I think always seen as a guy who could do like a ton of different things. Russell Crowe was one of the best actors in my mind growing up. A Beautiful Mind and Gladiator were probably the 2 biggest movies that I remember growing up. He was just like a guy who was always in the top 5, I think, for me.
Yeah, the cool thing, we talked about this when we did The Insider, the ability to do the Gladiator type of movie,
Mhm.
but then to also be able to just slip into like the Insider guy.
He's just
Or
like
a character like
perennial
this.
star.
Just,
Where in Insider, he's kind of,
you don't even know it's him.
he's also kind of the marshmallow man in that movie.
Yeah.
He's the guy being poked around and who doesn't know his thing. Between 310 to Yuma and Gladiator, the 310 to Yuma character is the most alpha character in a movie ever.
That movie's so good.
Like ever. Just getting to it when he gets the fork, he steals the fork,
Mhm.
and then he just wakes up. He wakes up and he's killing that guy and the whole deal, and they pull him off of him and he's laughing. I'm like, this guy is fucking diabolical, but amazingly charming as well.
It's funny. So he hits the 2010s.
And then it's over. Starts
Yeah,
to go down.
I think he partied pretty hard in the
Yeah,
off
and
the
now
set.
I think
He's kind of moved into like he's a different version of himself.
kind of. I mean, he's not making exactly like Redbox movies, but he's in like 3 exorcism movies a year now. Like,
Yeah,
it
he was
seems like,
by the way, I've seen all of them. But at least we didn't have a Mel Gibson moment with him. The other Australian kind of that part of the world with hard partying dudes.
At least
We
we
didn't
don't-
have a Russell Why.
Russell, why? Yeah.
Did you ever see Land of Bad,
I liked Land of Bad.
where he's the drone
Yeah,
pilot?
Land of Bad's good.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, he's been all right.
You know what's funny is he ends up playing Jor-El in Man of Steel.
Yeah.
And so yeah,
I
and
just found this out because I'll never see that movie.
well, he played Jor-El in Man of
Okay.
Steel. Actually, the best parts of Man of Steel to me are the beginning parts where they're in Krypton, which is like really good stuff to me. But his career kind of goes in like a older Brando-ish way,
Yeah,
where Brando physically changes, obviously, and he is bringing more of his reputation as Marlon Brando to movies than actual like real characters.
certainly did that in the Exorcism movies.
Yeah.
It's like, that's Russell Crowe. He's put the cue cards right there.
Yeah.
He likes them a little closer. Can you use red ink on the cue cards so he can make sure? We're going to take a break. We'll talk about the rest of the big picture stuff here. All right. So we talked about Brolin. 4 Oscar winners in this movie. Denzel, Russell Crowe, Common, and Cuba Gooding Jr. And then Josh Brolin, Ruby D, John Hawkes. What was he nominated in? The Jennifer Lawrence movie?
The one where he's paraplegic, I think.
Oh, yeah. And Chiwetel
Oh yeah.
Ejiofor. How do you say his name?
Chiwetel.
Chiwetel.
I
Ejiofor.
knew I was going to mangle that one. He got nominated too. Loaded cast plus a bunch of that guys.
That's an understatement.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a 26 person where you're like, yep.
Including, I think, some CR all-stars.
Yes. Yeah.
Including
Richie Coster, John Ortiz.
Richie Coster.
Yeah.
Who just comes in hot.
Who
for
plays
2
the
scenes.
crazy killer in Black Hat, but in this is Richie's childhood friend who's now in the mafia.
Is it possible Michael Mann and Ridley Scott just shared a Google Doc with actors they liked?
I just think
And
that
just
those
the
guys
dates
are
that
like,
they were filming
I'm
stuff?
ready to go. Like, put the camera on me.
New York guys.
Yeah.
throw them in a movie. If you need the movie to feel
authentic,
you want to put some texture to the movie, you throw those
Costner's
guys
English,
in
I think, or Welsh, but yeah, it's crazy.
But that's how they use it.
Yeah.
So the story of the movie, we'll get to some of those guys when we do the categories, but there was a New York Magazine story called Return of Superfly in 2000.
Mark Jacobson. Great.
Good story. I remember when it came out, it was like, holy shit, what an amazing. And then Universal Imagine purchased the rights. Fincher, we're doing most of the casting what ifs here, but you kind of have to because that's the issue of the movie. Fincher kicks the tires, couldn't figure out a budget. They start negotiating with De Palma, and the movie's called True Blue at that point, falls through. Antoine Fuqua, Denzel, Benicio del Toro as Richie. That's March 2004. It's happening. Fuqua gets fired over creative differences. Peter Berg almost comes in right around when he's doing the Friday Night Lights movie.
Denzel approves of Peter Berg coming on if that's what's going to happen.
Budget's so high, the studio panics. They back out. They cancel production. Denzel and Del Toro have pay or play. Denzel just gets $20 million. Del Toro gets $5 million. Sounds amazing. What a great gig.
I have that for big picture episodes. Yeah.
Almost gets revived in 2005 with Will Smith. That movie sucks. I'm just kidding. Like Will Smith trying to be Frank Lucas. That movie's going to be bad.
Yeah, it's not going to work.
They bring in another screenwriter named Terry George, who plans on downsizing the budget, writes a script, and he's going to get his guy from Hotel Rwanda, Don Cheadle, Vans guy.
Okay.
I'll text him right now.
I will.
He was going to be Frank Lucas. They turned down the screenplay. Steve Zalian, who wrote the original screenplay, now he's back.
Yep.
And all of a sudden we have Scott and Denzel and Crowe. And I remember that. I'd forgotten until I did the research, but remember they were calling it the Black Godfather as they were filming it.
Yeah.
They're like, this is it. This is the Black Godfather.
Also, just to throw in, somewhere in there is a Richard Price draft of like either a rewrite of the Terry George script or there's a draft of Richard Price's script. I couldn't find it. I don't know if it's like actually even in existence. They go back to this huge, like 170-page Zalian script. But when you look at like the names involved with the shepherding / almost did this, it's one of the great, like, I could sit here all day and think about what the De Palma version would have been.
How about what is the Fincher version of this?
I mean, it would have been.
It's just all the process. It probably steers more toward Richie, right?
Can you imagine Fincher and Denzel Washington working together?
I mean, Fincher asking Denzel for the 71st take.
Do 100 takes of one scene.
My man, we're done.
Yeah, like, can you imagine that? The Fuqua version, I learned a lot about the business through the painful production process of this movie. Because the Fuqua version was being ballyhooed and people were talking about it. It was Antoine Fuqua and Denzel reuniting, doing another movie after Training Day. And it comes out that Denzel has gotten already $20 million. They've paid him. So, and it's pay or play. What does pay or play mean? Meaning that they've paid him and he gets the money no whether they make the movie or not. It doesn't matter. And then, so you're figuring out they're going to make this if they paid $20 million to Denzel Washington. The Benicio del Toro part didn't even know. And then year after year, the movie's not coming. The movie's not coming. The movie's not coming because you don't understand that it's going through so many different eyes. And to me, it still feels like the crux of the creative differences with Antoine Fuqua is that he wanted to focus his movie on Frank Lucas. And he did not want the Richie Roberts character to be as big of a deal. And maybe that's almost what Denzel thought that he was doing as well. So when you saw the film, when it came out, you go, oh, the movie has been really scotted a little bit, almost like Clockers.
Yeah.
Clockers was when
Scorsese was going to direct
had it. It was more on Harvey Keitel's character. It was going to focus.
Right.
And then
there's going to be De Niro too.
Right. And then Denzel gets it. Spike Lee gets it. And then Spike Lee reorients the movie to be around Mekhi Phifer's character. And it's a completely different film. It's almost like this movie happens, but in the reverse here.
They're like, Denzel, here's where we are. And he's like, am I still getting my $20 million? Do you want to weigh in on script? Am I still getting my $20 million? I'll be there. When's our first day of filming? I just think he was moving from movie to movie at this point. I think that's his process.
Denzel.
I think he wants to work with a director that he likes. And if he likes the story and likes the character, he's good. Like he's cranking out basically a movie every 9 months at this point. You know,
Also,
you're moving on fast.
His first $20 million paycheck. It's the first time it ever happened for him.
This is a very difficult thing to balance in these kinds of genre movies where you've got the crook and the criminal and they don't they're not necessarily in contact. I mean, when does Richie figure out it's Frank at the fight, right? That fight is
the fight, but even then more so with his friend. Remember, his friend goes, "Leave Frank Lucas alone," and Richie goes, "Huh?"
Oh, the mafia guy.
Yeah.
He's like, "I'm here to give you a message to leave Frank alone."
Yeah.
That's an hour and a half into the movie.
Yeah,
That's not even like Vincent Hanna being like, "This crew is good" in the first 10 minutes of Heat, even though he doesn't know who he's talking about. So it's a delicate balance. And then to your point, like where Clocker's like, if you read the novel Clockers, like it's 50-50 between Strike and the detective, and like the detective has all this personal stuff going on in that. And yeah, like the director will orient it and weight it kind of like where he wants to go.
Yeah.
Sierra likes the new studio. You're
He's
like
doing his
settled
thing.
in.
Yeah, he's
legs
like
crossed, got the
moving
hands
around.
moving.
That's right.
Steve's Alien for 93. He writes "Searching for Bobby Fischer," which we did in the
Yeah.
Rewatchables.
Mhm.
Clear and Present Danger, Schindler's List, Mission Impossible, The Civil Action, Hannibal, Gangs of New York, The Interpreter. What was that one?
That was the Sean Penn, Nicole Kidman movie. Sidney
All the
Pollack.
Kingsmen, American Gangster, Moneyball, Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, and that's all in less than 20 years.
And he just directed.
That's impressive.
And wrote Ripley on Netflix last year, and he had done The Night Of with Richard Price a couple of years ago.
Yeah. So there you go. Anyway, they finally make the movie, and they
Kind
get
of a comeback movie for him a little bit.
a little bit.
All the King's Men, tough.
And then Ridley Scott, who this will be, I think, the 5th or 6th one we've done for him.
Is that all?
Every 7 years, he just has like an eternal banger. Alien 79, Blade Runner 82, Black Rain 89 for me and CR.
Heavy.
Oh, I'll send
That's
you.
one-
I'll send
yeah.
you your Evite for the Black Rain rewatch.
No, that one's one I fuck with heavy. Criminally underrated.
Thelma and
movie.
Louise 91, G.I. Jane 97, Gladiator, Gangster, Martian in 2015.
Yeah.
It's just you don't go more than 7 years without him being heard from. Although we have now, 'cause he's about 100 years
He's
old.
basically making a movie and prepping a movie at the same time, and he's been doing that for basically the last 30 years. And I think he has an incredibly high floor and an increasingly lower and lower ceiling. But every once in a while,
because he's
82,
older than Jerry
Yeah,
Jones.
exactly.
Ridley Scott definitely would have traded Michael
Ridley
Parsons.
Scott is
for
like,
sure.
It's like, we're getting 2 first-round picks.
And and you like Napoleon, right?
Yeah.
You would have thought that there was no way that the movie could miss.
Yeah.
Because The Last Duel, fantastic, right?
Football coaches and directors.
You would have thought that there's no way that and then you go and you watch Napoleon and it is a mess and you're like, how is, with all of the talent and Ridley
how is
Scott,
this boring?
How is
Yeah.
this
Did you ever
bad?
see The Duelist, his first movie?
Yeah, it's awesome.
I've never seen that.
It's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
But then he has
It's
smaller
a good
movies.
It's a Tubi classic.
Yeah, but like Matchstick Men is good.
Yeah.
It's like
He is the
fantastic.
king of. I saw it in the theater and I was so excited, and it wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. And then 10 years later, you're like, you know what? Robin Hood's okay. You know?
Yeah.
like, you're like,
I kind of enjoy Costner's
Yeah.
7
Yeah.
accents in this
But
movie now.
like even this American Gangster is, and like a lot of the stuff that we've talked about this film, a lot of the people that they threw in this movie is
Yeah.
because I think you can feel the pressure of making this movie a huge deal for everybody in it, with the amount of people that's in it, Common, Chia,
Yeah.
everyone gotta go see it. So they overstuffed the film because after all the rumors and after everything they had put into the production, they needed people to get out to the theaters to go see this. It was a big part of Denzel's career, all of that stuff. But also, just in the Ridley Scott, like Denzel Washington, like portion of this movie, like these drug dealer biopics, they're not as many of them as you think they are.
Right.
Like most of the drug
So
dealers.
you're saying we need more?
Well, I'm saying that they're hard to make.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
most of the drug dealer movies that we like that are legendary are about fictional characters. These stories don't turn out well. You got this, you have Played in Full, you have Blow. All of those movies end up in profound tragedy. Somebody going to jail, leaving their daughter, whatever. And so these
nobody
films,
just gets away.
these
Yeah,
movies-
I mean,
these
well, like
movies
also
aren't-
the more nuanced, complicated versions of these stories is moved into television. So, like, I mean,
Yeah.
Bumpy Johnson is that's Godfather
Godfather
Harlem
Harlem,
now.
Like our show,
Narcos.
But
Taft.
Narcos and The Wire kind of like created a much higher standard of like, here's the nuances of how this stuff works.
Task, our new show.
The Task.
Yeah, and what I'm saying,
Wait
they're
till you
not.
see Task.
I saw you guys are getting really excited about it. Like the movies aren't easy to make. and
Big
so
boner.
Did you say big boner?
Big TV boner for Task.
Is it that good? I saw you guys doing Prestige on it.
Craig, what do you think? What's your best one season HBO show ever?
True Detective.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's as good as True Detective.
Season 1 True Detective.
I do.
Wow.
I've only seen 3
Jesus.
episodes though.
I'm wait. I watched the first one, but I don't want to watch ahead.
So I watched ahead only because we banked a couple Prestige pods.
You think it's True Detective season 1 level good?
I do.
Wow.
I do. And as you know, I don't say stuff like that lately. I was blown away.
Okay.
Also, set in CR's Pennsylvania.
Backyard.
I thought
Yeah.
you were going to say
And
something.
CR was in a biker gang when he was there.
That's
so
right.
it's like there's a lot
Me
of
and
like
Sir Kristen Cole riding
There you
around
go.
Philly.
yeah. 2 Oscar nominations for this movie. Art direction and Ruby Dee for supporting actress. I forgot this until I did the research. This was one of the first sabotage campaigns because they were so loose with the facts. It became a huge story as we headed toward the Oscars.
Yeah.
When this came out, people were like, Denzel's getting nominated. And by the time we got to the Oscars, people were like, they made all this shit up in the movie. No way. And
Kind
that
of
was
happened
it.
with Gladiator 2 just recently, where it was like, oh, Denzel nailed on. It's going to happen. And
Yeah. $100 million budget made $269 million. How about this, Van? Biggest opening weekend out of any film for either Denzel or Russell Crowe
I can see that.
in 2007.
Yeah.
Roger Ebert. He's right to your right. He's looking at you right over there.
Great
2
movie.
bucks right
I read
there,
this
CR.
review.
4 stars.
Unbelievable.
An engrossing story told smoothly and well. Russell Crowe's contribution is enormous. He was really into Crowe, but and he said the film ends not with a Scarface style shootout, but with Frank and Richie sitting down for a long, intelligent conversation written by Zalian and showed 2 smart men who both know the score. As I hinted above, less Godfather than Wall Street. Blah blah blah. Raj.
Really into it.
Really liked our 400th movie. All right, let's do the categories. So here's why you know it's a rewatchable. I have like 14 rewatchable scenes,
Yeah.
It's the whole fucking.
including the opening credits, because this movie starts with Denzel setting a guy on fire and shooting him 6 times, and we're off.
Yeah.
All
Totally kind of like, you're like, okay, here we go.
right, I'll just throw out some, and then if I forgot any, tell me after. Richie finds $987,000 in her trunk and debates with his partner, John Ortiz, what to do. We'll be fucking pariahs. Cops kill cops they can't trust.
Yeah.
Is that true, CR?
In the 1970s, perhaps.
Yeah. We also get Ted Levine. Didn't mention him in the top.
Yep.
He's the sergeant.
Yeah.
She big fat person. You don't know what pain is, lady. Love seeing him.
I can't unsee him out of that. Every
Nah.
time I see it.
I think he just
I
kind of
can't-
kept changing hairstyles
no matter
and gaining weight.
what, how his hair is, what he's doing, I see that every time. I can't unsee it.
It
Stuff.
puts the lotion on its skin or it gets the hose again. Yes, she will, precious. Small scene, but I like when Richie screams at the park hoodlums when he's arguing with his wife.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, good times. I just wrote down Denzel goes to Bangkok. I don't even know. There's like 4 scenes in here.
Chiang
But I'm just-
Kai-shek's defeated army, man.
when has it ever been bad to go to Bangkok in a movie like this? I'm going to say never.
It's also like it is the movie that wasn't there, but you're like, this guy going to Bangkok and the Golden Triangle
Yeah.
and negotiating with this fallen army for uncut heroin would have been.
That's the
Dan,
more-
do you come back from
that's the-
1970s Bangkok?
No, there's one.
Are you in
scene-
one of those coffins?
There was one scene where Denzel calls his connect and the guy's getting a massage, and I'm like, that's the life I'm supposed to be living, man.
Just multiple massage people.
Multiple massage people.
And I don't know about the Bangkok part, but I do know, like in Saigon, that was true that there was like a lot of black GIs had
Yeah,
clubs and stuff like that.
for
Yeah.
sure. They kind of some of them that once again I was about to say that like that's the more interesting film is
Yeah.
like navigating that. Some of them stayed there, made lives there, had children there, the whole 9. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, more rewatchable scenes. Okay. We haven't talked about this yet. Jake unravels John Ortiz. I had to do it, man. So John Ortiz, for the people who don't realize, he's the guy who jumps out of the car in this movie.
Yeah.
After they have to, this is the scene where they have to pretend this guy's still alive. They wheel him out, even though he obviously killed this drug dude and stole money from him, and he's lost his way. Same guy from Miami Vice.
Yes.
Who played the one who worked with or what was the name of the main bad guy?
The main Cuban drug, or the guy who's in the Colombian jungle. Yeah.
And he becomes the villain of the movie, and he's amazing in that movie. He was also in a couple other ones that we'll talk about later.
Carlito's Way, wasn't he in that?
He's in Carlito's Way, yeah.
I'm a leper because I listened to you and I gave up $1 million. Mm-hmm. He's just on one. I like when people jump out of cars in movies too.
I mean,
feel
it just shows his desperation.
Just die every time when you do that.
There's two really crucial connections that they make earlier. One is when the John Polito is talking to Frank Lucas, or the John Polito character is talking to Denzel's character about they're still stepping on the French Connection dope. Like the cops who got Popeye Doyle's dope from Marseille are stealing it from the evidence room, stepping on it and selling it. And it's like heroin it just sucks now.
Right.
And there's no order anymore. And these cops are such bastards. So like the connection to the French Connection, the film and the story. And then also just the idea that if you were a upstanding cop in 1970s New York, you were a pariah. And that would drive the John Ortiz character to drug use,
That's one observation. One thing that the movie really gets right is all of the competing cultural narratives in the 70s. The corruption of the cops, Harlem exploding as a center with celebrities and partying, but also this tremendous drug use. And then just sort of Frank Lucas and his criminal connection to the source in Vietnam, to all of the stuff that's happening on the street.
Yeah, and also just like an entire
mafia,
generation of men coming back from Vietnam, and 1 in 3 of them's got an opium problem.
Yeah. So that part of the movie really gets all of that stuff right.
Craig, out of your two fantasy partners, Danny and Danny, who's more likely to lose it like John Ortiz does in this and jump out of a van?
Heifetz is constantly on the verge of jumping out of moving cars because of a bad fantasy take.
Keep an eye on him. He's getting paid under the table by fantasy sites. Everyone's doing it, man.
Next one, Jackson Dart flops. Heifetz will jump out of a moving car.
The Blue Magic drug montage scene. I love the making the drugs montage is always fun. Right into Richie in the courtroom, right into the kitchen with his lawyer, which we rarely get to give this out. The I used to fuck guys like you in prison award for craziest quote.
It's to KD Strickland.
Richie fucked me like a cop, not a lawyer.
Boy.
Was there is there a different way? Like a lawyer, he would have been like more gentle?
Yeah.
What's she trying to get
I
at
love
there,
that
Van?
Richie also low-key great stick man and has to answer the phone post or during sex multiple times in this movie.
Yeah, he's got a little sly smile to him.
Yeah.
I think the cop is probably, I think that's probably like
more primal.
Yeah, because the cop is authoritative and
he's working for overtime.
Yeah, the cop doesn't care about your rights. The cop is imposing himself. Meanwhile, the lawyer is probably, caring about your civil rights and asking
more
you questions.
There's a lot of caveats, a lot of precedents,
and all of that. A lot
you
of
feeling okay? Does this hurt?
Yeah. Nah, the cop just comes out and plants the dick right on you. It's probably what she wanted, right?
KD Strickland never
got close.
Never quite made it, but got close. Really close.
Got close, man. I loved her private practice. She did a Tyler Perry movie.
I always thought
she did a Tyler Perry movie?
I think she was in a movie called The Family That Prays, which is the best Tyler Perry movie. She was in it. Like she almost got there.
Next scene, CR's favorite, Frank kills Tango.
Yeah. The sugar jar. Fuck you gonna do, Frank? It's great. Fuck you gonna do, Frank? You gonna shoot me?
That's the scene in this movie that lives on. Every great gangster movie has to have a scene, just one scene that lives on throughout the movie. At least one.
I was going to do this for Apex Mountain, but we could do it here. Better Idris Elba on-screen death.
This is Stringer
with Omar and Brother Mazone.
It's Stringer. It's Stringer.
It's Stringer, but I will say, Denzel pulling the gun and putting it to his head, the facial expression he makes is the hardest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Craig, you hadn't seen this movie before, right?
No.
What was your reaction to that moment?
They never do this. I can't think of another movie where the guy who's like, what are you going to do? Shoot me in the street? And he actually shoots him. It never happens. It's amazing.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah. String still gets me though.
Yeah.
When I do a wire rewatch, String just kind of
get on with it.
Yeah. Like Omar tells him and he's like, you know what? If that's where I'm at, just take me out.
And you know what
It's
I'll
over.
say though? Is Frank doesn't even get the satisfaction of letting Idris Elba's character know that he did it. You know what I mean? Like I would almost shoot him in the leg first and then like the heart so he can think about it as he's dying.
Fucking insane person.
When you shoot him in the head, he doesn't even
I
know
knew
he
it was
died.
something behind those eyes, man. Like you like listen to him.
The Bay
Like,
Area, dark Bay
fucking
Area.
nuts.
He's like, what are you going to do? Shoot me? He technically doesn't even know he got shot. You know what I mean?
Are we positive
You
Frank
gotta
was
shoot him
going
in
to
the
shoot
heart
him
so he
before he
knows.
said that?
Do you know what I wonder?
I don't think he expected him to actually give him the money. I think he was like, look at this motherfucker.
I wonder if Frank would have shot him if his family wouldn't have been there.
Because it was to show them.
I think he was making
Yeah,
a
for
fucking
sure.
statement
Yeah.
to
Because
these
they had
people.
just gotten to New York.
Yeah. And so he goes out there. I know Frank was about his shit, but he goes out, he's talking to them, and then he's like, oh, here's an opportunity to show them either this guy's gonna pay me right now, or he's gonna pay the price and just ask for it.
Should have shot him in the heart.
Yes, you need him. Craig wants more suffering.
Craig wants to.
You need him to know.
Craig is like, I want the man that I killed to look me in my eyes as he dies. You fucking crazy person, man.
Yeah.
Well, now we know.
Right, exactly.
A pretty enticing Deanne Waiter's resume from Idris Elba in this movie.
Yeah,
A lot of swagger. Richie gets his money back from Trupo. Enjoyed that. So this might be my number one.
Oh, that's Trupo that's never come here unannounced.
Yeah. This might be my number one. Frank freaks out at his own party.
Yes.
There's a piano assault.
Get
Somebody says, come on, man, that's your cousin.
Yeah.
Always enjoy that.
I almost wish they would have delved more into Frank's discomfort with the trappings of being a big time drug dealer.
That's
his,
your
like-
10 extra minutes that you could have had from all the stupid
And
court
his like
stuff.
constantly like take the sunglasses off, don't do this, don't do that. And then like when he tries to get into it, it blows up in his face. It's just really fascinating.
Man, that's $25,000 alpaca.
Yeah.
You blocked that
you
shit.
blocked that. You blocked that shit. The most interesting thing about the character is that he is so loyal to his family. Right?
Yeah.
He brings them up to make them his organization because he feels like they are the only people that he can trust. Yet they vex him throughout the entire movie.
Yeah.
They're country, they're stupid.
Probably not a great professional move.
He was so untrustworthy for people that he would have had to go into business with that he had to do this. And then at every turn, they become his undoing.
Yeah.
And that scene is kind of the first thing. It's just, he's so flabbergasted, beats him up, everybody get out. And I love scenes where people get kicked out of a party.
The part when Stevie, played by T.I., is like, I don't want to play baseball anymore. I want to be you. Is like, it's such a great moment for Denzel because it's like, is he flattered? Or is he disappointed that this is what it's come to, you know?
He brought him up there
To play for the Yankees.
to play for the Yankees.
Yeah.
So that he did not have to be him.
Yeah.
And everyone is just descending into what Frank is rather than ascending to something better than what he could be.
Got to be honest, the scene could have been 2-3 more minutes for me.
The baseball?
The party, just the whole
Oh, the
party.
party. Yeah.
This next one too, the Ali Frazier fight with fake Ali and fake Frazier.
One of the worst Alis that I've seen in film.
I had it coming up on what stage is the worst.
Yeah.
They didn't even try.
But-
They're like, hey, is it a black guy? All right, cool. We're
Just
good.
the depiction of that's the garden, right? Is that supposed to be the garden? Like you're like, Ridley Scott, man, make a boxing movie. Like this is incredible.
So I
This
wrote
looks
down
amazing.
this could have been 3 to 4 more minutes, and I would have liked to have seen a round.
Yeah.
Right.
Like just it didn't have to be the 15th round, the famous round. I throw me in the 4th round as somebody's eating a hot dog.
But just to live in that moment, I mean, obviously it's a formative moment for the lore of Frank Lucas. I mean, that's the one lesson, the enduring lesson in the movie is don't wear the fur. You know what I mean? But that is a really important historical moment. We could have stayed there and hung out with Sammy Davis Jr. and
Frank Sinatra was there.
Yeah.
Like everybody was
and
there.
everyone.
Woody Allen
Yeah.
and Diane Keaton.
Wow, that I have that as a nitpick. I don't think they were dating for another 6 years. That's where they needed the Ringer consultancy firm. Hey guys,
Yeah.
scrap that.
Woodman
Nobody knew
was not
Diane
doing
Keaton.
that then,
Diane
okay.
Keaton hadn't even been in The Godfather yet. Trupo ruins Frank's wedding day.
Yeah.
Brolin's just like, I just like Brolin in this. I like the just the Brolin cooking.
Yeah.
Frank sells Cuba Gooding on Blue Magic. What's interesting here is this is just who Cuba Gooding became in every movie or TV show. This character for the next 20 years. Even he played O.J. Simpson like this.
I have to say, you're talking about the catch me, infringement, insist, that scene.
just like dialing it up, seeming like a little bleary
Pretty
eyed.
good.
He's good at this movie.
Love that scene. I like you have Idris as Dion Waiters. I have him as
Pretty
Dion
good drunk
Waiters.
acting.
Like, yeah,
It's
because you forget because he's one of these actors that his public persona has become bigger than the work, right? But when you watch that scene,
Yeah, he's great.
he plays it
Ton of
real
charisma.
cool.
I love it. He's
bold.
going up against Denzel. He's like, I've called Red Magic's not as good of a fucking name. You know what I mean? Like he's really got that guy nailed in that one scene.
The plane search is great. Frank's what's I'm blanking on Russell Crowe's character's name. Richie.
Richie Roberts.
He's searching the coffins. Brolin's looking for the dope. Brolin just kills the dog.
that sucks. Okay.
That's when you know Trupo needs to die.
Yeah, he's gotta go.
But I love that whole part. And then we get the final police sting shootout. We get naked gunfight. We get Frank coming out to church. 400 cops. It's Amazing Grace is playing. There's a Crowe versus Denzel section that's fun. You know what
Fun.
Normal is to me? I ain't seen Normal since I was 6 years old. Denzel gets a nice speech. And then Trupo kills himself.
Yes.
What did I miss?
You didn't miss anything. This is a very strangely constructed movie because the scenes are very fast. There's
Yeah.
a lot of them. There is a lot of like dense visual information in every one of them. But it's like, this isn't one where I'm like, there are a bunch of scenes. I would probably say like Tango is the most rewatched scene for me. But
Yeah.
my favorite scene is the final Richie Frank interview.
The back and
scene.
forth.
Yeah.
I think the most important scene in the movie is actually Frank bringing his family from North Carolina and the moment that they see everything.
Yeah.
And walking through Harlem for the first time, kind of,
Yeah.
or the big house that they've
The
bought.
big house
Yeah.
and his mother and all of that, because that becomes the central struggle of the movie. Like a guy who has all of this trauma, who believes deeply in America, but not in the America that is supposed to work for him, in the
Mhm.
America that actually does. And that's why everything he does is illicit, and he listens to Bumpy and all of that. So that's one scene. But then I just like whenever Denzel and Armand Asante are on screen together. Like those two scenes, your success took a shot at you. Like all-time great line.
Yeah.
What do you have, Craig?
Anything in Bangkok.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like this. I'm learning about you
Yeah,
today.
Craig's the dark side
Shoot him
coming
in the
out.
heart.
Episode
Yeah,
400.
shoot him in the
Bangkok.
heart.
Craig goes
Bangkok.
dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the most 2007 thing about this movie? Normally we have like 5, 6, 7 choices. There's only one answer.
Oh, I have one. What's yours?
What's yours?
Oh, you go.
T.I. and Common
The
as
rappers.
up and coming young like actors in this movie. Yeah.
Done.
That's fine.
Young T.I.
That's not what I had.
So that's it. I mean, the movie has T.I., Anthony Hamilton, and
Common.
in it. Like the rappers. Like
That's a good runner-up choice.
yeah.
What's yours?
What's yours?
They invited Jay-Z to a screening and he was so
Oh.
impressed he made an album called American Gangster. That's
Yeah.
the most 2007 thing ever.
Hey, that's a very important moment in hip hop.
Well, because it was a little comeback album for him.
Well,
Tiny
he had
bit.
come back with, I think, Kingdom Come. And
He had done Blueprint already. Yeah.
well, he had done the Blueprint, but what I mean is Jay-Z had retired.
Yes.
And then he had come back with an album that was very controversial. Some people loved it. Some people hated it. It's aged really well. But then American Gangster is a theme album. And that's kind of like Hove is still Hove. Very important in his career to me.
We'll take one more break and then we'll do What's Age the Best. What's Age the Best? What do you got, Sierra?
A couple things. Number one, it was nominated, but the art direction and the production design, Arthur Max, who does all of Ridley Scott's stuff, there are shots in the montage of people ODing on Blue Magic where you see like a bathroom or a bedroom or, even a street corner. And you're like, holy shit, like there's more depth to this like set dressing and like what like props are in this shot than there are in some like entire films or TV series. So it's just always so like layered and interesting to look at this movie. I also really think that there's like some good thematic coherence in Zalian's script where it's like, for instance, Bumpy talking about the department store ruining the corner store and how it's like, well, these guys just buy straight from the manufacturer. And what does Frank do? Buy straight from the manufacturer.
Right.
Like he takes different lessons. Like a lot of the capitalism stuff, it might be a little on the nose, but I think like the script does a really good job and the movie does a really good job of being like, this is more about capitalism than it is about crime, you know? And I also just really enjoy watching topless women pack drugs.
Always works.
So I had that as well as what stage the best. I don't think it's ever not worked in a movie.
Why do they do that? Yeah, it's because they can't steal anything.
Yeah,
It is.
That's why.
It is.
couldn't they wear like what the actresses wear the tape over their nipples? Like, they could be like somewhat discreet?
But also, you need them to commit. You need them to say, "Hey, if you want to handle the dope, you got to come in here naked.
Yeah.
You need to buy in."
I'm pretty sure it's an HR violation, but I'm not positive.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to be completely naked. When
Do you think
work
Red
there.
Top was doing HR as well as
I
floor
don't know
manager?
if he had HR. I had. Do you have any What's Age the Best?
I do. This movie to me is the beginning of the Denzel era we're in now. This is where it starts. Like there's the Denzel on his climb, and then there's Denzel in his solidifying stage. And then this movie begins kind of the era of Denzel as an entity.
Denzel Incorporated.
Yeah, as much as an actor. Because after this, he just starts, he no longer does any movie that he feels like he just does stuff that is cool to him. And that's kind of it kind of starts
Unstoppable,
with this movie.
being on a train.
Yeah. And then when he decides, like in the spot that he's in now, when he decides that he goes, okay, well, I feel like the art is not being elevated. I'll do Fences. I'll do some Shakespeare stuff. I'll elevate the art through movies that I'm actually in.
I like it. I had What's Age the Best. Anytime a movie has a character named Bumpy, I'm probably feeling good about where we're going.
Yeah.
If the first person we're hearing from is named Bumpy, I'm probably going to see this movie 9
Clarence
times.
Williams, yeah.
I was trying to think of what athlete could change their name to Bumpy. Like, could this save Kyle Pitts?
Lori
Where it's like,
Markkinen?
I'm not Kyle Pitts anymore. I'm Bumpy Pitts.
Bumpy Pitts is a hard ass name.
Bumpy Pitts, like shit.
But what if
I
it
think
was
Bumpy
like-
Pitts is coming back this year.
Bumpy Markkinen. And it was just like, oh, you don't want to test
Bumpy
him.
Markkinen.
Bumpy Markkinen. Bumpy Markkinen.
Sam
is good
Hauser
too.
becomes Bumpy Hauser. Oh shit! Bumpy.
What about
had 5
Bumpy
for-
Wembenyama? That's kind of like where it maybe goes the other way. You're like, it's not as
No,
too
it's
much.
got to be a quick one.
How many Bumpy's been portrayed on film a lot.
Bumpy seemed great. Gave away turkeys.
I think
well, now he's Forrest Whitaker, right?
Forrest Whitaker, Lawrence Fishburne. Lawrence Fishburne twice, maybe.
Did he?
Because I think maybe he did it in the Cotton Club too. Maybe a young.
Oh,
Bumpy
And
had
then-
some big picture thoughts about life.
He did.
Yeah.
And
Very
you
important
also
man in
couldn't fuck
Harlem.
with him.
Yeah.
I had Vietnam's whole. They had that news story about Vietnam and all the heroin opium addiction with the soldiers, and I was like, could spend another like 8 minutes on this. I'm really interested in this.
yes, me too.
Has that been in a movie in the right way? Because I was racking my brain. I don't
It's
think it has.
so there's a
What the fuck else were you doing in
amazing
Vietnam?
novel called Dog Soldiers by Robert Stone that got made into Who'll Stop the Rain, the Nick Nolte movie,
Right.
and that's about bringing drugs back from Vietnam. There's a lot of writing about it. There hasn't been as many
Nobody's landed it.
many films. Yeah,
Van, 360 scenes filmed in 180 locations.
Ridley is a
Crazy.
That is
madman.
just the what
Nuts.
stage the best for
Yeah.
holy fucking shit.
Yeah.
We talked about him earlier. Any movie with Ted Levine. I just like seeing him.
Yep.
It's awesome.
Oh, I have one.
Was she a big fat lady?
Brolin's face when he gets his car blown up.
Yeah.
Which is like
The car itself.
the car is what kind of car is that?
It's a
GT?
Shelby. Like those cars came back. Like John Wick brought those cars back. Like
Yeah.
the car itself, beautiful fucking car.
And then I love the exchange between Trupo and Frank when he's just like, "How about I like throw you and your brother in the fucking river?" He's like, "How about next time I blow up your fucking house?"
Right.
Yeah,
Frank got some balls on him. They didn't call Frank with a couple kilos of raw
yeah.
in the fucking trunk. and Frank still, like the cop is a full-on criminal. They're just doing criminal talk.
So there's a little thing in here when Frank starts pouring a lot of sugar in his coffee, that means his bodyguard has to be officially monitoring the situation. I'm going to start doing that.
Who's your bodyguard?
Just for all podcasts.
It just means that that's when
the
Kyle has
podcast's
to
going
come
a
over.
certain way and all of a sudden I'm just pouring sugar. Craig's like, oh shit, something's going wrong with Bill. Like he'll know.
So you're the bodyguard.
Not the bodyguard, but
Actually,
just
to
like
be honest with you, now I feel like you could fucking do it.
I'm going right for the heart.
We're going right for the heart.
Yeah, now
You're going to know that Horlbeck killed you. Bangkok Craig Horlbeck.
naked ladies cutting cocaine. John Ortiz, in the span of 2.5 years, Miami Vice, American Gangster, Fast and Furious, and Public Enemies.
Yeah.
God bless that fucking dude.
Yeah.
I love him. I have a quick Tao of American Gangster I wanted to put as what stage the best. These 5 quotes.
Oh, okay.
You could be successful and have enemies, or you could be unsuccessful and have friends.
You think that's true?
I just think great yearbook quote.
Yeah.
Put that, I'm going to tell Ben when it's his senior year. I'm going to just have him throw that in there. The loudest one in the room is the weakest one in the room. Not untrue.
Doesn't work for podcasting, but yeah.
Right.
Or maybe it does.
It works for ESPN.
Oh, shit. Jesus. Come on.
Was that a shots fired? It's not
was,
what works at ESPN?
It was the shots fired, but hey, get your shit off. I'm fucking with it.
You are what you are in this world. That's either one of two things. Either you're somebody or you ain't nobody.
Yeah.
The number one fear of people isn't dying, it's public speaking. That's in there. And then quitting while you're ahead is not the same as quitting.
Yes.
What a great quote.
You know what? I think this is how you know I was never cut out for the street. Because I think you up 60, they seized $250 million.
But do you feel that way in Vegas?
I don't gamble though.
Okay.
So I'm saying is like that's probably the probably reason why I'm like, hey, if I'm Frank, I'm like, hey, bro, you up $100 million, man. Wash that. 75, you got it after you washed it, right? Take that, put it in the S&P 500. Like you're good, it's over. But they can't stop because it's never actually about the money.
It was like Craig and the Dannies in New Orleans.
Yeah.
The craps table. You quit where you're head.
Yeah, you could have paid for your
away.
night, but nope.
Boy,
I'm there playing blackjack with people vacuuming under my legs.
if I could tell the story of all of the Ringer people huddled around that was an eye-opening scene.
That was some blue magic right there.
That was some blue magic watching everybody that you work with.
I'll be honest. I'll just admit this now. It's the 400th episode. I'll never fully forgive Raheem for betting on the don't come line in craps.
It has
Maybe
been a
like
while.
10 years from now, I'll forgive it.
Yeah.
I just thought it was completely unacceptable.
Yeah.
So
Craps
8
is about-
people he works with and his friends.
Craps
And
is
he's
about
like,
banding
I'm going
together.
there, I'm zagging.
Craps is hunkering down together.
Yeah, it's Craps is all about community and togetherness.
Yeah.
Do you remember at Vegas Summer League when we had that weird Caesars suite
Oh,
that you guys filmed
Weird.
at?
It was
And I don't know
extravagant.
if you were working with us yet.
No, he was not. It was 2018.
And I was sitting in this suite and it was him, House, and Chang. And House and Chang, I think, had been up all night and then gotten off strip gumbo somewhere.
Yeah.
And then come back to the hotel room to talk about the previous evening's gambling.
We did like
Which
basically a
involved-
morning post-game wrap-up show.
Chang winning a bone white chip that he needed to have like his social security number to cash out or something
Yeah.
like that. And these guys like betting not just the table, but like different people at the table. Like they're betting against like how deep did it go? Like the layers of how.
We were basically in Bangkok, even though it was Las Vegas.
And I was sitting
You
there
would've
watching
loved
it,
it.
and I'm like,
I would've.
this is probably what it was like to watch like Miles Davis and John Coltrane on stage together, except for being a degenerate, not
Yeah.
for playing jazz.
I loved it. I remember we're in New Orleans and it's Super Bowl and like people are walking by and they're going, yo, is that Bill Simmons right there?
Yeah.
Bill is locked.
Why is he yelling at Raheem?
Fuck
Yeah.
in. Like Bill is locked in. Like
I love
super
gambling.
locked in. And then Because Craig, you went on a little run that night.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah.
I kept the night alive.
The Dannies were hugging like they won the Game 7 of the World Series.
It was the most community I felt maybe at the Ringer. Everybody was
great.
together. It was fantastic.
Can I throw one more What's Age the Best out there?
So are you saying we should do a Vegas Ringer trip?
I think we definitely should.
Yeah, we should do it. All right.
Yeah.
Right after Trupo and Richie meet for the first time, when he's like, don't ever come here unannounced, one of Trupo's guys goes, let's go hit some balls.
Like, I got tea time.
I do remember that.
Coach Jay. He's like, I got a tea time. Fucking he's like, the guy's getting in the car behind Trupo. Yeah.
But it's like, is he driving
Where
to
is the
Bethpage?
course?
Like, where is he going? Like,
and it's one of those guys, Eugene from The Sopranos, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He goes to the tea
Hey,
time.
here's a category we don't get to give out that often. The Sean Fantasy Award, sadly not here, for stealth homage that gives every movie nerd a criteria orgasm. So the very last scene is an homage to the very first Thriller, when the robber looked at the audience and pointed a gunfire and the screen went blank. The Great Train Robbery in 1903.
same
Sean would have caught
Goodfellas.
that.
Joe
Yeah.
Pesci, straight to this camera.
Big Kahuna Burger Award, best use of food or drink. I think it's pouring all the sugar in
sugar
the
jar.
coffee,
It's
right?
definitely the
yeah.
sugar jar.
Yeah, okay. What do you have for Great Chuck Gordo?
There is a shot when Frank brings his brothers to the apartment building where Red Top has all the ladies for the first time. And as they're walking up the stairs, it cuts into the apartment. And there's a shot of a naked lady wearing a shower cap with her feet up on the table, reading a magazine that says, like, it's like for Jamaican rum. It's an ad. And she's smoking, and the news is on TV. And if you put that picture, if you freeze that and put, it would be like Life magazine. It is unreal how deep, like, every prop makes sense. And it's just this awesome, like, languid shot in the middle of this, like, crime thriller. I love that shot. Also, the slow kind of reveal of Richie standing in front of Frank at church.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's good. Kid Cudi, Pursuit of Happiness, where Best Needle Drop. That 110th Street song is good in this, but The Amazing Grace for the mass arrest is pretty good too. I don't know what we would have.
At the end, the Public Enemy, when Frank, like, it's my favorite Public Enemy record. Can't trust it. When Frank, like, leaves and he's back out on the street now and he's like a man without a country and everything's kind of changed, but everything kind of is the same. That's mine.
Do you think they should, because American Gangster came out after this movie, do you think they should retroactively go back and cut like 2 of the songs into this movie, since he basically was inspired by the movie?
What are you talking about? Oh, you talking about Jay-Z?
Yeah.
Oh, like, and put them, like...
Almost like a director's cut re-edit, or
But
no?
like with that music in it, I
Just
think
like
it
one
takes
of
you
them.
out of the time
Okay.
period, though.
Probably so, yeah. You want to stay in it.
The Chess Rockwell Brock Landers Award for Best Character Name is obviously Ice Pick Paul.
Yeah, I had Moses Jones, Riz's character, but
I also like anytime there's a character named Bruiser.
Bruiser.
I love a character named
How about
Bruiser.
Bangkok Craig?
Bangkok Craig. Shoot him in the heart.
Maniac.
Shoot him in the
I
heart.
thought Bangkok
Horlbeck.
Craig was married.
Heart Shot Horlbeck.
Heart shot Horlbeck.
CR, you have a flex category.
Sick bastard.
I brought 2 with me today. Sean Penn, the Sean Penn I Brought My Own Pack Award for excellence in on-screen smoking. John Hawkes is smoking all the time.
Yeah.
It's just cameras happen to be on.
Yeah.
And he is getting really, really down to the filter. Like that's when you know it's real, is when guys are down around the stub, because that's where they keep the good stuff.
Good one.
Ed Norton, Reverse Dunk Award. Did this movie need a random sports scene? A little bit of a variation on this. Are you telling me Harry Dean Stanton couldn't play Billy Martin and come watch Stevie Lucas pitch a little bit?
Yeah.
It's sitting right there. He's perfect age.
That was my flex. I wanted to see that scene. I wanted to see T.I.
How about
rip it at 95 miles
He
an hour.
obviously, I don't think he could, because right when he's like, I'm about to throw it, they would
Yeah,
cut away.
they cut away, yeah.
I would have added that. I would have wanted an Ollie Frazier round.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is
It is kind of wild, though, also, that we don't get any like pickup hoops. We don't, you know what I mean? We can't go to the golf course with the cops.
Everybody talks about sports, but there's no sports in the movie.
Butch's Girlfriend Award for weak link of the film. We mentioned earlier, but all the accuracy issues. It feels like Lucas was fabricated. He wasn't nearly like as sophisticated as they make him in this movie, and it wasn't just wasn't like this. Everyone's like, he wasn't like this. And then Richie never had a child. They just made up basically this whole character story with him because it's based on a true story.
Yes, this is pretty much right around when people. I think
Started
people.
because the internet. People started getting offended by this.
You started getting the Slate article where it's like all the inaccuracies in this movie, and it would start to it kind of got to you a little bit, you know?
Yeah. A federal judge who assisted in the arrest and trial of Lucas, Sterling Johnson Jr., he said the film was 1% reality and 99% Hollywood. There's a whole bunch of other stuff about him rising above the mafia and being the mastermind of the Golden Triangle. That Frank Lucas's biographer is like not true.
Yeah,
didn't happen. But hey, I enjoyed the
legend,
movie.
Yeah, like a lot of people say the cadaver connection never actually even existed. Yeah.
What's age the worst? We mentioned fake Ali and fake Frazier. We didn't mention fake Will Chamberlain. I mean, Ridley Scott just could give a shit if these guys looked even 10%. Like three of the most famous athletes of the 70s.
Oh my God.
0 for 3. Like just go and get like Greg Oden to be Will Chamberlain.
They did that in the movie Rebound. Remember they had Will Chamberlain in the movie? He was played by Kevin Garnett. They're like, oh, okay. It's Kevin Garnett.
Right.
In Rebound, like they're playing at the Rucker, yeah.
Joe Mooney's mustache in this movie, I don't know what the fuck is going on.
They were trying to make him a dandy. He was a dandy.
Joe Morton?
Like
Joe Morton, yeah.
Joe Morton.
Yeah.
Why'd I call him Joe Mooney? Who's Joe Mooney?
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Joe Morton, our guy
There's a
from
Paul
Terminator
Mooney.
2.
Paul Mooney?
Yeah, it was a Paul Mooney. But you know, Joe, everybody knows Joe Morton.
Yeah. And it's always nice to see him in movies.
And I think
It's
he's
great to
like
see him
a
in
historic,
Speed.
like that's a real character.
Real
He was like
character.
a gambler.
But I don't know, the
Right.
mustache, just like I would have gone back to you have this intricate early 70s Harlem set designs. You're getting every detail right. And then you're like, hey, just throw that mustache
Well, we
on
gotta
Joe.
find out because I don't know the guy he's portraying. Maybe
Charlie
the guy
Williams. I think.
Charlie what's his name?
I think it's Charlie Williams.
Maybe Charlie Williams really had that mustache.
Yeah, I think he was probably like.
Van, you're not going to like my next What Stage the Worst.
Let's hear it.
Armand Assante is a mafia boss. He's fucking French. What are we doing?
Okay,
There's so many
so-
Italian actors. Fuck you. How about that, Ridley Scott, you dick?
All right.
Remember, when people get bent out of shape when somebody doesn't play a character?
Yes.
This is more offensive than anything.
Yeah.
It's a fucking French guy.
So
The Italians hate the French.
you've never seen Gotti? HBO original movie Gotti?
He's French.
He's fucking awesome in that.
What's
He's
up with you and
French.
HBO movies now?
Oh my God. The HBO original movie, man. I want to do a whole rewatchable situation of just the
of HBO movies?
I love them. Gotti is one I forgot when I made my list, but
What
he's
was
in
I
there.
watching the other time, like a couple weeks ago? Oh, the one about Too Big to Fail.
Too Big to Fail.
Yeah.
Barbarians at the Gate and the Blamp played on, Rebound, Rat Pack, all of that. He played Gotti in one of the movies.
By the way, I just looked this up and it says he's of Italian and Irish descent.
So he's you. He's you.
Bill hates himself.
My bad. I thought he was French. I wanted to make sure.
I do
Probably
like
could have
that.
Googled that before.
I do like the basically like what about your fellow dairy farmers scene? That conversation between the two of them.
Yeah.
And it's just like about price fixing and stuff.
I have a better idea for that.
Okay.
That actor when we get to a later category.
What do you think of the central romance of this film? Of Frank's relationship?
It's all right.
Craig, you want to go ahead and get to it now? What we watched part of this movie in the Spotify screening room yesterday, and Craig had some because I
Some thoughts on Frank's wife?
on Frank's wife.
I thought she was a great actress. Lovely woman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Seems like a great hang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think it was a good character?
Um,
And a thoughtful, deep human relationship?
You know what I didn't really get? What I wanted that we didn't get is we didn't really get the crash out. Like the Ray Liotta with I'm blanking
With
from Goodfellas.
Lauren Bracco.
Yeah, like there's no like flush the coke down the toilet scene with Frank and his wife.
Yeah.
There's no Karen scene.
There's no Karen scene.
You
That
had
was
the
all the
ups,
money
you
we
didn't have
had.
the down with her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She just
But I gotta
sees-
say, we watched that movie in the Spotify theater with like 7 people. Every single one of them was like, she's got it.
Yeah, she's got it. And we looked up her IMDb. Craig doesn't want to cop to what it was that he said yesterday. And that's cool, Craig.
I don't
Craig
know
didn't look it
say
up.
What did I say?
Craig didn't look it up. Bangkok Craig looked it up.
Bangkok Craig looked it up.
Yeah.
Shoot him in the heart, Horlbeck. Hard shot, Horlbeck.
I have another What Stage the Worst. I don't think this movie had the right title.
Which one do you like?
So they called it True Blue, which I don't like either. Why is this movie called Blue Magic? The whole movie is about blue magic. Great name for a title.
It doesn't sound like a gangster movie.
Doesn't
though.
sound like a gangster movie.
Blue Magic?
No.
Not really. Doesn't sound like a gangster movie.
American Gangster feels like AI just like
This-
spat it
I
out.
think
A
it's
little
just kind of like
cliche.
with Ridley. It's like, what is this movie about? It's about gladiators. Then we'll call it Gladiator. Is it a movie about American gangsters? Then let's call it American Gangster.
Movie about con men, matchstick men.
Is Matt Damon on Mars? It's called The Martian.
Martian, yeah. So,
So this is a Ridley Scott thing.
Yeah.
yeah,
The Duelist are two guys dueling.
Yeah.
two guys doing. He does.
Thumb and Louise.
What's
It's
Alien
Thumb
about?
and Louise.
An alien. Yeah. He doesn't fucking. He doesn't hide the movie in
So
the
you
title.
think they bring Ridley like 12 titles? Like, fuck it. Just call it Alien.
yeah. It's not like Bonaparte. It's not Waterloo. It's Napoleon.
Blade
A lot
Runner
of
is a
people
good
would-
title.
Blade Runner is also not, like that's also William, like Philip K. Dick, like it's in there,
Mhm.
Any other what's aged worse for you guys?
So, there's a couple of things. Obviously, they come in with a no-knock warrant that aged the worst, but there's a scene in. I'm just saying obviously that's a terrible thing, but there's a scene in the movie that it's not great. There's a scene in the movie, at the end where they're executing the search on the plane.
Yeah.
And Richie Roberts wants to go through and look at all the coffins, and they don't want him
Oh,
to.
they get Roger Bart, the U.S. attorney.
The U.S. attorney comes in, and they have to make sure that they make the U.S. attorney the bad guy in this scene.
The most fucking racist guy.
The most racist guy you can. So he goes for a double that you don't ever really see. He drops an
Had it written down
N-word
later.
And in
then a K word.
Yeah, and in K.
And you can't do that.
Yeah.
gotta, he drops, even me, I was like, oh, that's a little saucy right there. He comes in.
It's also
way
tough
too hot.
because Roger Bart is a wonderful actor and
Right.
Broadway stage guy, but his job in American Gangster is to be the most racist person in New York City in the 1970s. That's incredibly difficult.
Right. His racist PR was like
Bro.
Jokic in the 23 playoffs.
Yeah, I'm
They
like,
don't even
come
really
on, man.
explain who he is. He's just like, stop what you're doing, N and K.
Right.
Yeah.
And he goes,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, well, then he goes, I'm like, whoa. Chill, man. What's wrong?
The Ruffalo Hannah Rubinek Partridge overacting award. Sadly, I think I have to give this to our girl Carla. You're going to the same hell as the crooked cops you can't stand.
Oh my God, this is Denzel.
It's Denzel Washington.
For what?
tried to kill my wife.
Yeah, it's Denzel. Denzel.
I didn't. I wasn't going to give anything
man,
like this
nah,
to
man.
Denzel.
Like Denzel is
You
going.
guys are all going to hell.
Denzel is going so hard in this movie at certain times. He is getting it all out in this film, slapping people around, knocking shit
Believe
over.
you gave this to Denzel.
I mean, we're also going to probably give him the movie, so it's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fine. Ben, you have a flex. Oh, you already did it.
I already did it. Yeah.
All right, let's do the CR thinks Luke Wilson could have been Harrison Ford. Hottest take award. What do you got, CR?
Josh Brolin has had the best post-American Gangster career of anyone in American Gangster.
That's true.
Oh.
Denzel Washington's highlights after this are Unstoppable Flight, Tragedy of Macbeth, and Gladiator 2. I'm not saying he doesn't have good movies other than those. I'm just saying those generally are people are like, damn, that was really a great Denzel performance. Crowe, it's almost negligible. It's this, Body of Lies, and The Nice Guys. Josh Brolin did W, Milk, True Grit, Inherent Vice, Sicario, Hail Caesar, Dune 1 and 2,
It's not even
and
close.
is in Weapons. He
Yeah.
clearly just catapults out of this movie and is, I think, just got better material. Obviously, he's doing different kinds of roles. He's doing supporting roles, but it's kind of wild.
He also was. He also
It's a
was
good
still,
take.
It's perfect. He also was still ascending.
Yeah.
So he could be a little bit more like.
What do you have?
Ridley Scott ruined what could have been a classic, overwhelmingly
Ooh,
classic.
This ties
movie.
into my take.
Yeah.
That's-
I
I think you're right. I think he might have been the wrong director.
I think some of the other directors that were thrown around for this movie would have made this into not a great rewatchable movie that we love, because this movie serves you so well when you're watching it at home because there's so much in it. But I think the story, the Godfather-esque crime epic, timeless story, I think it's in there, but I don't think Ridley Scott was the right guy to do
Who
it.
do you think was of the directors that were up for it?
I'm interested in Fuqua's version. But if you're looking at maybe even Fincher, maybe Fincher takes this movie too seriously, but he takes it so seriously that you get somebody who focuses on one of the ideas that could have made it a more
I would do
focused picture.
Fincher for the Bangkok Golden Triangle story.
Yeah.
I would do De Palma for the New York City crime story.
You feel like De Palma had lost it by this point, though?
Well, I don't know. I mean, Carlitos is why I still work at the Ringer, is to do Carlitos' Way one day. It's
Right.
like
Okay.
I'm just
Jesus.
I'm just waiting.
Not to work with Bangkok Craig.
No, it's to do Sean Penn's hair in Carlitos' Way. Yeah, and then Fuqua.
Well, can we lead this into my hottest take?
Please.
This would have been Michael Mann's second greatest movie behind Heat. I just think he crushes this movie. It's all the stuff he likes. It's weird characters and people just coming in and out and all these different locations. And the Golden Triangle, which he did in season 1 Miami Vice. And he never worked with Denzel. He did work with Russell Crowe. A lot of the people that were in his movies anyway are in this movie.
Some of the ideas in the film are ideas that
it
really
goes
interest him.
backwards.
Yeah.
He loves going backwards. The Ali Frazier fight, he absolutely would have fucking filmed at least a round of that.
For sure.
I just think he would have crushed this movie.
What's Michael Mann's best period piece?
Last of the
Public
Mohicans.
Enemies.
Public
Or
Enemies?
Last of the Mohicans.
I think
Oh,
Last of the
Last of the
Mohicans.
Mohicans is
Yeah.
fucking fantastic. Yeah.
Public Enemies. Sierra and I.
You
There's
guys,
been
are in
some
on
text.
public, you guys are in on Public Enemies?
There's been some text.
Yeah, there's been some revival. We're interested in a revival.
When was the last time you watched it?
When I saw it in the theaters.
Yeah, it's on this. It'll be in the 400s somewhere.
Yeah. It does feel like Last of the Mohicans is the obvious answer now that I think about it, but that feels like even different Michael Mann. But that's a fucking amazing movie.
Perfect movie.
Yeah.
Stay alive. I will find
I will find you.
Casting what ifs. We did most of them, but this one kind of broke my brain. Somebody turned down the role of Trupo before Brolin.
Yeah.
James Gandolfini.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's tough. I love Brolin in this movie. But
Yeah.
man.
Wow.
Gandolfini is Trupo. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It is pretty awesome.
It's pretty good. It's right after Soprano, and I just think he didn't want to play another bad guy, probably. But man,
There was some around the time of the sort of first iteration of this movie conversation about Ray Liotta as Richie.
yeah, I have him in another spot. Brad Pitt lingered in this for a second. There was Eddie Murphy was involved at one point as maybe somebody, but no. Best That Guy Award. Can we graduate John Ortiz?
To the John Ortiz Award.
No, just John Ortiz is
Is
not
not a that
eligible
guy?
anymore.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So who do you have as that guy?
Roger Guinevere Smith as Nate, the Bangkok Nate. Roger Bart as the racist U.S. attorney, or John Polito as Rossi, although John Polito.
I'd like to throw in Katie Strickland too, because I'm not positive people know who she is.
Yeah.
Guinevere Smith is one of the most underrated, amazing actors.
Great and so much
Had him
Spike
for
Lee
Dan
stuff.
Winters. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's multiple Spike movies. I always like seeing him. He
Yeah,
always has
always
like an
like
edge
seeing
to
him.
him.
He's so cool in that scene when he's getting the massage that I want to get.
I mean, they could have remade The Warriors.
That looked like a good scene. I don't know what that was nice.
They could have remade The Warriors early 2000s just to have him play Cyrus. Thought I was going to get more of a reaction. to that.
I want to let it
Dan's
Great
thinking about the
Cyrus.
massage still.
Yeah, it was. Oh, my that guy is like just his whole crew of cops. Those are different.
Oh,
bad
John
guys.
Hawks,
not-
Abruzzo.
not RZA.
Yeah,
but
Yul Vasquez and
Yeah.
RZA. Yeah.
Deion Waiters Award. It's a long list that includes John Ortiz, Idris Elba, Cuba Gooding Jr., Richie Coster, Katie Strickland, Racist DA, or Nate, the Troops Connection.
Can I also throw in Rick Young as Kansa, the
Oh,
You
the
sure
general?
can.
Yep.
What's the answer?
It's Cuba Gooding
It's
Jr.
Cuba Gooding
I think it
Jr.
is.
It's Cuba Gooding Jr. It's got two scenes. First scene, you kind
Idris
of
is
a little.
great in this
He
movie,
is.
though.
He is.
It's like he can't believe he's not winning this.
Yeah.
He is. It's got to be like that. Might be the defining portrayal of Nicky Barnes, who's a
Cuba's in his own movie, but in a good way. And we just could have easily just made another
very
movie with him
curious
at the
about
same
that
time.
movie.
Yeah. Recasting couch director City. I'll offer you Ray Liotta as over the Armand Asante character.
Ray Liotta as the mafia
Ray
boss.
Liotta as the mafia boss.
I would rather have Ray Liotta, Copland, Ray Liotta as Trupo or Richie.
Oh,
Yeah,
can I offer you Eva Mendes as Frank's wife?
you may.
Ooh, you definitely can, for sure.
Thank you, Jerry Jones.
Yeah,
I will take that deal.
yeah.
Craig, you have flex category.
I always hate it when you guys kind of already get to mine, unfortunately. I did have Armand Assante as the Judd Nelson.
Oh yeah, in his
I
own
don't
movie.
care if he's Italian. I don't care if he's like Lucky Luciano's son in real life. He's like a human cannoli in this movie. He was way over the top.
I thought he sucked too. I didn't
liked
think he
him.
was good in this.
The only other thing I had was the Katie Strickland, who's killing it, but kind of the George Ellerby 2 weeks with pay award character should have definitely been fired. As Richie's divorce attorney, I mean, she doesn't say a word in court. She gets dressed down by Carla Gugino. She has sex with
Yeah.
a client, and he does not have any shot of winning custody. Kind of just all-time bad divorce.
And finds out that has sex with strippers and
And
all
she's just
kinds of women.
more turned on by
Yeah.
it. She's
She's
just,
into-
yeah.
Richie is really putting in work, man. That's one
Stick
thing.
man.
Yeah, he's a stick man.
half-assed earned research. They had to pay back $3 million, Brian Grazer and Ridley Scott, because they ran so far over budget. Rarely happens. The BET TV series American Gangster with Ving Rhames.
A lawsuit or something, right?
It existed before this movie. Russell Crowe gave RZA a mint condition 1961 Gretsch guitar.
Yeah.
Because he really liked him.
They've been friends since. They hang out.
So Frank Lucas's driver in real life,
Mhm.
Melvin Combs, father of Puffy Combs,
Interesting.
shot to death at age 33 when Puffy was 2 years old. And then the location stuff was really hard, trying to find parts of New York that they could turn into. They basically went into the 110s in that range.
I would
and just
wonder.
tried to
I
figure
would
it
be
out.
really curious to know whether they could shoot this today
In Harlem?
and have it not cost $1 billion, because it's like
I think they're CGIing
Hey,
all
but,
of
well, it's just it's so interesting because like when you read about like Tarantino making Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and him like how he was able to set dress Hollywood Boulevard or Sunset Boulevard or something, and still would be like this frame is still what it would have looked like in the late 60s, you know?
Right.
And New York, I feel like in 2007 or whatever, when they made this, you could still get some 1970s New York in shots, but now I wonder whether
Yeah.
or not there's just too many
Corporate stuff.
Joybirds,
Yeah,
you know, like or
Bill,
whatever.
Did you wait? You said Frank Lucas's driver is Diddy's father
Yeah.
how you said
In real life.
in real life.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did you come across the bit that Coppola reportedly considered making a Frank Lucas or Frank Lucas type character a big part of Godfather 3?
Yeah.
It's pretty
I had that in
fascinating.
here
Yeah.
somewhere in my weird notes.
International Mobiliari?
No, I think it was like, I think as they were like, what would we make Godfather Part 3 about?
International
International.
Apex Mountain. Denzel, no. Russell Crowe, no. Disjointed gangster movies. I'm gonna say yes.
Dope.
Big sprawling.
What's it up against?
I don't know. It's not that many of these. Like Once Upon
It's
a
so high up the apex
Once
that you
Upon a
can't see
Time in
anything else.
Once Upon a Time in America.
Yeah, sure.
That movie goes
But
on for
are you
5
also
years.
like considering I don't know, like 999? Like are we, like what how low down are we going for disjointed gangster movies?
Here's my answer.
Is a Bronx Tale a disjointed gangster movie?
Carlito's Way.
Disjointed.
Not disjointed. Carlito's Way and disjointed.
I didn't put a
That's
lot of
pretty
thought
lame.
into that one.
That's okay.
Ridley Scott, no.
No.
Really, Scott.
John Ortiz. It's right
One of
around
my
here.
favorite performances by
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, it's like he's just coming off Miami Vice. Hawks, not yet. Coming.
Yeah.
Harlem movies.
Not to me.
What do you have?
So I mean,
Harlem Nights.
Harlem Nights. One of my
Harlem
favorite-
Nights is not a great movie. It's just
be
it's
careful.
got great people in it.
I don't know, just be careful.
Yeah, you're
I'm
coming off
just-
a little bit like a U.S. attorney right
Come
now.
on.
Yeah, the
Eddie Murphy never directed again after
So
that
I mean,
movie.
the reality is that the inroads that you have made after the Sinners Pod, like we can't even really talk about like what you did, but you could give it all back right now. You don't want to do that, right?
I didn't say it was an entertaining movie. I wouldn't say it's not a better made movie than this.
My favorite movie of all time takes place in Harlem. And that's Mo Better Blues.
Oh.
And so I would say that Mo Better Blues is better
Interesting
than
one.
American
Okay.
Gangster. Mm-hmm.
The golden triangle in a movie or TV show. The answer is the 2-part episode of Miami Vice with Edward James
Yeah.
Olmos being reunited with his wife. One of my favorite. Do you remember that?
Of course
episode?
I do. Yeah.
They're at an outdoor bar, Tubbs and Castillo, played by Edward James Olmos. And he talks to Ty and the waiter, and Tubbs goes, "Captain, I didn't know you spoke Thai." And Castillo's like the least fun, friendly guy ever.
Yeah.
You've given
Great moment.
all of the Sinners goodwill back.
With Golden Triangle?
You know, with that did you do Tubbs or Croc? You just did
Tubbs.
Tubbs, yeah.
I did Tubbs.
So you're back at 0.
That's how Tubbs talked. He was got a lot of energy.
Is it?
Watch the scene. I bet I nailed it.
Okay, I will.
Captain, I didn't know you spoke Thai.
And you did it again. Yeah.
Watch it. It's a social media clip. I nailed it. Josh Brolin.
Oh, fuck no. No way.
Although 2007 is
2007.
perhaps his apex mountain year.
Yeah.
He's no country in this.
The lady who played Denzel's wife. I'm going to say yes.
Yeah, that's definitely hers. Yeah.
Yeah. You think this is? No, it's not.
Horrible
Nothing.
impersonations of Ali, Frazier, and Will Chamberlain.
Yeah, 1960s and 70s athletes being terribly portrayed.
All right. Cruiser Hanks.
Oh no, I got another Apex Mountain I gotta ask you guys.
What is it?
Dope Kingpin biopics. When I looked at it, it's not as many as you think.
Yeah.
It's really like Blow, right?
Tony Montana.
That he wasn't real.
Oh.
So
Good
like Blow, Paid in Full,
Mhm.
and then this are the 3 that stand out. I looked around for other ones like actually like drug kingpin biopics. But
So
like
much of it is TV now. Yeah.
So yeah, the guy actually
That would have been a good
existed.
hottest take. We needed more drug kingpins to make biopics of.
There were so many
We were
of
too
them.
late.
And like a lot of the guys, they show up in this movie, and we've talked about them. We've talked about Nicky Barnes. We've talked about all of these other people. They pop up in different things, but they're kind of hard to make. They all end up the same way. The guy fucking goes to jail.
Yeah.
Like they all end up in the
They got
same
him
fucking
eventually.
way.
Yeah.
Captain, I didn't know you spoke Thai.
There you go.
Is that what you wanted, Van?
There you go, right there.
Is that sanitized in our face?
Hey,
Sanitized.
Captain, I didn't know you spoke Thai.
Captain, you speak Thai? Cruiser Hanks.
I have Cruz as Richie.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought this was such an obvious Hanks part.
As Richie?
I think
Yeah.
Cruz would be like, I am trying to get through night school. And he would go to night school in real life to try it. You know, like, and I could see him being like, I'm a fake nervous about public speaking. And then at the end gives like his great summation. I wish we had a little bit more in court stuff with Richie. It was pretty cool. No?
I don't see Cruise as a 1971 New York detective. I don't know. I just would feel like it was Tom Cruise the whole time.
Yeah.
Like he was playing house. You're the tiebreaker, Van.
I had Cruz as Frank. I want to see it. I want to see Cruz.
That's
play-
alpaca!
I want to see Cruz. I want to see.
Blot that! Blot that!
I want to see Cruz play Frank, and I just want him to make the movie and not even address it. Like, and the thing, that Frank Lewis, whatever.
So who's winning here? Hanks?
It's fucking
Hanks as Richie we're talking about.
Did you pick Hanks?
No,
Hanks is Richie, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So Hanks.
I have Hanks as Rich as well. Scorsese or Spielberg. It's pretty
Scorsese.
easy.
Scorsese, yeah.
What role would Philip Seymour Hoffman have played? Trupo?
I think Trupo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although, you know what? Philip Seymour Hoffman as Richie is an interesting,
That's actually really interesting.
pretty interesting.
The stickman part would have been tough.
Kind of, I would have paid to see it. You know, Philip Seymour Hoffman having sex like a cop. I would have paid to see it.
He got down in, was it When the Devil Knows You're Dead?
Oh, he got down all right.
He was getting busy.
With Marissa Tomei.
Another one.
Jesus.
Hall of Fame.
All right, pick a nits. Frank has this golden triangle connection.
Yeah.
How does he have any competition in Harlem?
What do you mean?
He's just got by far the best stuff. He's like in the NBA with a $900 million salary cap, and everyone else has a $40 million cap.
How does he have anybody coming
He's
out
just
as
be blowing everyone away. He's getting all of this crazy drugs. That's the best drugs that he can sell for.
Yeah, but that is what happened. But he
shouldn't have any competition.
But the competition isn't necessarily in the product. The competition is in the territory.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. He should have all the territories.
Well, he's gonna have selling to the people who would distribute into those territories.
He's gonna have to go to war.
He should be like Vince McMahon and
he
WWF.
started wholesaling now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's when the mafia comes in because he goes, I have 110th to like whatever, 150th, river to river.
Yeah.
I run Harlem. And then they're like, but we can go to Detroit.
I think he could have gone national. It would have been like Vince McMahon in 1982 with
That's
wrestling.
legitimately what Armand Asante's character said. He said, let's start going to California. He didn't want to do it.
Should have happened in 5 seconds.
This is what you would have done if you were Frank.
I would have done the Vince McMahon. Let's go national. Cable's coming. No repercussions at all for Frank shooting Tango in the middle of the street.
Harlem had his back.
Yeah. He did right by Harlem. So Harlem was going to do right by him.
Woody Allen and Diane Keaton, not only were they not dating in 1971, nobody knew who the fuck she was. We mentioned that earlier. I have one more, but what do you have for picking this?
It kind of goes along with what you're saying is I could stand a couple of more, what year is it up on screen? Or what time of year is it?
Yeah, I have no idea what
and so sometimes you're like, is this 2 weeks later or is this 7 years later? Mm-hmm. You know, that the time stuff gets a little bit murky in this.
My knit is like, Mama, you know I'm selling dope.
Oh, right. Yeah. I mean,
Mom knows.
Mama, you know I'm selling dope.
Great scene. Disconnected from the reality of the movie.
You know I'm selling dope. You know what's going on.
But it is cool when she's like, no, everybody knows you don't shoot cops.
Yeah.
All right, my last one is a big one. So we do these based on a true story things, which basically means this was a guy who existed. Now we're just going to make up shit. And then they go to another level in the closing credits where they're like, Frank served 75 years. It's like, no, he didn't. None of this happened. It's all, I just think they should have done, Frank went to prison and became a centaur. Richie Roberts left the force and coached the Lakers to 5 NBA titles. Like, just fucking go nuts. Trupo came back to life and became a vampire.
Yeah,
like, just keep going.
Richie Roberts and Princess Di are living in the Cayman Islands under assumed identities.
Just go nuts.
Yeah.
You've already made up everything. Have fun with it. Sequel, prequel, Prestige TV, All Black Cast, or Untouchable.
Should we switch this to
Prestige?
Based on Van's suggestion, all white cast?
All white cast. Oh, that's
new category.
Yeah.
All white cast.
All white cast.
Ruffalo. Adam Scott.
Yeah.
Adam Scott is Nicky Barnes.
Adam Scott is Nicky Barnes. Works. That works.
Rob McElhenney as
so
Tango.
Cruz as Frank. Trying to think who plays Frank's mom, Sally Field.
Do you realize how funny it would be if in the current America we're in, if somebody's like, I'm just doing an all-white American gangster.
And J.D. Vance was like, this is great.
J.D. Vance is like, I'm invested in this.
I'm telling you, I love this fucking
God,
shit. It's the essence of America.
This is so cool.
Yeah, the story. What we wanted to do is we wanted to take the story and just tweak it a little bit, make it more American.
And introducing J.J. Redick. I'm just going all white dudes. I'm trying to think of white people.
JJ could play Stevie, the athlete. Yeah.
JJ could play Stevie, the athlete, and you change it to basketball.
Sure.
Is this movie better
with the Knicks?
Is this movie better with Wayne Jacobs, Danny Trejo, Mad Dog Russo? I added him. Doris Burke just tragically got pulled off the A team. Sam Jackson, Nell, Byron Mayo, Tony Romo, Chris Collinsworth, Daniel Plainview, Long Legs, Bangkok Craig, or Wilford Brimley in the film.
Bangkok Craig.
What does it say?
We got to do one more for DB.
Yeah, I figured.
We see you, Mr. Lucas, taking the lessons of your mentor, Bumpy Johnson, as you take the ball straight into the heart of Chiang Kai-shek's defeated army and buy opium straight from the manufacturer. Long before there was Magic Johnson, there was Blue Magic, and you, Mr. Lucas, are the wizard. Au revoir, DB.
Ooh.
I feel bad. Yeah,
I like her.
I think you should have said something in Vietnamese at the end there. Just one Oscar. Who gets it?
I'm gonna. This is not the answer you want. It's either Harris Savides for cinematography or Arthur Max for production design. But I think they did get art direction, right? Or they got nominated.
I would say art direction just because that got nominated. Probably unanswerable questions. How is Mark Ruffalo not in this movie? What was he doing? How was he not in this?
Well, he's in our all-white version.
But he should have been in there. There was 19 parts he could have played for 2 scenes.
What year's
2007.
Collateral?
A couple years
That's
before
05.
2000.
Oh, so he could have just gone
This is right in the zone of when he would just
rough
pop
on the
into
brain
shit.
because of tax.
I do.
Tax,
Yeah.
But like he could have been
Shocking,
9
though.
parts in this. Was this the Denzel performance that created the Jay Farrow impersonation?
Where he just goes over the top as Denzel.
Right.
This is the
And
beginning of
keeps
Denzel's.
going, my man.
Yeah, it is.
Was this the movie or was it like Training Day plus this? Like, I wonder.
I feel like this is the beginning of the
Denzel as a character.
Denzel as
Yeah.
a character, like I said before.
Do you have any other unanswerables?
How long would this movie have to be for it to be too long?
I mean, I could have got another hour.
Yeah.
Like if I was like a 3-night special event, 6 hours of American Gangster, including like an hour in Vietnam and Bangkok, an hour of Rivera's fall from being a cop to a junkie to jumping out of an ambulance, like a good 45
it's actually
minutes
way better for Prestige.
on
You're
Stevie
right.
Lucas trying to
Yeah.
make the Yankees.
He
like,
he failed. That right there would be a fucking awesome subplot to investigate.
yeah.
That character, like trying to be like his uncle, blowing it with the Yankees, Billy Martin, all of that stuff. But like even Frank's fall, it happens pretty abruptly.
Yeah.
I would have wanted to like dive into it more. My unanswerable question.
What's Trupo's home life like?
Yeah, what happens to Trupo's so one note?
He has a housekeeper?
Yeah.
Or-
What golf club are they members of?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, where are they going? What are they doing? Did Frank's wife set him up?
No.
Oh,
She might have. She made him wear the jacket. I've always thought this. I don't trust her. Anyway, we can move on.
I don't know. I'm not defending her. Like
I don't trust her.
Okay.
She made him wear the jacket. He goes there. He's wearing the thing. I think another thing that I think they got to her. I think the government got to her.
that's pretty interesting because there's a couple scenes that are kind of missing. Like there's that one scene he goes to the bathroom and he's wearing like the fake beard that he takes off.
Yeah.
But we don't know why he has a fake beard on.
I think because he's going to look at
He's
Tango's like
yeah.
operation. Or
Yeah,
people's
I feel like
different-
there's some choppiness that maybe there was like a scene where they
I think Richie got to her. Richie got to
Somebody
the
got
wife.
to her.
Richie the stick man.
what piece of memorabilia
Oh,
would
wait, I
you-
have one more unanswerable question.
Let's
just
hear it.
related to the sports stuff, but could you go from like the street to the Yankees in 1974? Like, or was he on Keith Law's top
I
100
feel like you could do it
list?
in the NBA back then.
Okay.
Like the NBA guys would show up, nobody even knew where they went to college.
Okay.
Baseball, I don't know.
But
Because they had the minors and it was pretty hard for somebody to just show up and make the majors.
But
And
like
get a
Frank-
meeting with Billy Martin? Yeah.
so a drug dealer's gonna
Well, Frank Lucas would have arranged that though.
yeah,
yes.
but like that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So a reputed drug dealer is gonna call the New York Yankees organization and say, "Hey, I want to try out for my nephew," and then they're gonna go like, "Yeah."
Yeah, because they don't want to die.
Or he'll give them $1 million and like,
Or maybe
Yeah,
so,
whatever.
maybe so.
Piece of memorabilia you'd want or not want from this movie. I'll offer you the piano. Game used, head slammed into the piano.
Yeah.
Frank's suitcase was cool. That old school big
Mhm.
brown suitcase. Frank's entire outfit from the Ali fight.
The jacket, yeah. and
yeah.
What else do you have?
Trupo's leather duster.
Ooh.
Very cool. Trupo's car. We kind of usually
Yeah, cars
Don't
are
do cars.
ineligible.
what
I'll
about
tell
you?
you, the jacket, the outfit. That's the most iconic piece of
At
memorabilia.
least the
to me.
hat.
Yeah.
If you have the hat, I think that's the move. Coach Finstock Award for best life lesson. Quitting while you're ahead is not the same as
I had
quitting.
the same one.
Best double feature choice?
French
Virtuosity?
Connection. French Connection.
Oh, you're going drug and drug.
It's the prequel. French Connection is they get the Marseille drugs off the streets, but then they go pumped it back.
You wouldn't
into
do Virtuosity so we can get Crowe and Denzel
and
12
Denzel
years
back
apart?
I would do the French Connection.
Not a Virtuosity guy, CR?
I like Virtuosity. We haven't done the French Connection on this pod either.
Is that, what's the movie where they give Denzel VD? Is that John Lithgow?
No, that is Ricochet.
Ricochet.
That is
That movie's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
That's an insane
Yeah.
movie.
That's like, I can't believe this was in theaters and I saw it when I was
This
a
guy
kid.
I
sets
gotta
him up
revisit
with the
that.
lady. and
That's
then
gotta
he
be on
gets-
Tubi.
That's a crazy movie. That's to me is a huge rewatchable. Huge. So much ridiculous shit happens to him. John Lithgow gets
He's out of his
real.
mind in that movie.
the armor and fights the Aryan
Honestly,
Brotherhood.
it's one of those movies that made me like suspicious of John Lithgow as a person for a
Yeah.
swell long time after that.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Who do you have
Blow.
for who won the movie?
I have Blow as best double feature choice, by the way.
Oh, Blow.
Yeah, Blow.
Who won the movie?
Denzel.
Denzel Washington.
I wanted to say Crowe, but it's Denzel. Who do you have, Craig?
It's Denzel, I think.
Craig, what was your take?
Never seen it. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I didn't have a problem with the length at all. It's so ambitious and it's so jam packed, but man, it's moving. Like there's so much going on. I think it's really smooth, really well paced. I think it's probably I think the reason why it doesn't get to that next level, it's a perfect Rewatchables. It's like a Pro Bowler, but not an All Pro. I just think the character arcs don't officially get there.
Very well put.
You know?
Pro Bowler, not an all pro.
Yeah, because the characters you don't really feel for anybody too much in this movie. I would say Richie
think
or
that's fair.
Frank,
Yeah.
you don't quite get there all the way. But I thought this was great, super fun. This is a movie you can jump in at any time. It's almost like you don't even know where the movie starts or ends. You
Yeah,
kinda just
that was
join.
like my more recent relationship with it really is typing in American Gangster scene into
Totally.
YouTube and then watching it out of order.
Yeah,
And then you're just like, oh, that was awesome.
And every scene that Denzel is in, he's giving something crazy.
yeah.
Mhm.
There are not very many scenes where he's in the scene and he's not making some type of grand point about something.
I mean, it's just, that first time Tango goes up to him in the diner, but the first scene when he's just like, now you owe me 20%, the jar's empty, and before he gets killed. Denzel cleaning his hands from
Yeah.
his toast with jam.
Mhm.
You're just like, this whole thing, he has thought, he's
Yeah.
like, you're going to kill him one day. Yeah,
Right.
you know that now.
I don't know why this movie hasn't persisted though. I mean,
I
sometimes
feel like it has.
just
Just not like in the heat.
I don't think this
Miami
movie
Vice
is-
It was
level.
just, I think it
relevant.
was did well on the Netflix.
I think on
run it
Netflix
had,
it had a resurgence.
which is now it's coming off Netflix. in
yeah,
2
ironically
days.
coming off fun.
It's just crazy. I always forget that Goodfellas made $45 million and this made $230 million. And
yeah.
I mean,
I think things had
People
changed a
fucking
little
love
bit.
Denzel Washington.
Yeah, and then Denzel was like a gigantic star.
but I don't know if culturally, if people talk about scenes from this movie, moments, it hasn't really lived on in that way compared to a lot of other famous gangster films. There's
I know. I think I feel like I hear the Tango scene referenced a lot.
Oh, yeah?
You hear
Okay.
some of the.
We just started it.
yeah, we did it. We're the
Rewatchables.
trendsetters.
We got the ball rolling. Now American Gangsters.
My
back.
life
Thanks to
lesson
us.
is shoot the guy in the heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he can see your face as he dies.
You want him to know what you did.
Bill, I didn't know you spoke Thai.
I didn't know you spoke Thai.
I
Man.
didn't know you spoke Thai. I
You
didn't know you
speak
spoke
Thai?
Thai. Really? You were more like, I didn't know you spoke Thai, jive turkey. Get back, Jack. That's kind of how you like that's. Well, I'm just saying.
Did you
I'm-
see Tubbs in the mid
I'm
'80s?
just trying, you know what I mean. So, fuck with it.
YouTube will back me up.
Yeah, I'm sure they will.
CR, happy 400.
Great to be back.
Van, great to see you as always. Thanks
Of
to
course.
Greg and Kahau as well.
And Eduardo.
And Eduardo. I'm not sure what's happening
And
for
Ronak.
401. Oh, and Ronak too.
Mhm. Got a whole team.
Whole team for the Rewatchables.
That's right.
And you can check us out on the Ringer Movies YouTube channel as well. Great to see you guys.